Hello and welcome to the Flixters, the place where two movie geeks bring you all the movie reviews and news you can ever want in your lifetime. You can download our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Castbox and Anchor. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. See you there.
Deval, before we start, there's something that I've got to just do.
Oh yeah? What's
that?
Yeah,
one thing. I just got to do one thing, yeah? Hopefully this will get picked up. What was that?
A fax machine going on, going haywire.
Oh, come on, man.
Morse code. I don't know.
24.
I never watched it, you know. Do you know that's one thing I never got to watch 24. I know it's good. I've heard good things about it. You know, Jack Bauer, Kiefer Sutherland. I know it's good. I just never got to watch it.
That's why we got all the whole James Bond, Daniel Craig, like, you know, that gritty, dark and, you know, brooding and all that. That comes from that, man.
I thought that was more Jason Bourne that has...
Yeah, so that's what, like Jack Bauer, Jason Bourne, James Bond.
They're all the JBs, aren't they?
They're all the same, man.
Oh my... Do you know what?
That is it.
Oh my gosh. JBs,
man.
They
all share the same DNA.
Oh, do you know, we just figured something out.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
But Deval, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm good.
24.
Thanks. 24 hours, you know, in a day. I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
And also, 24 is our episode today.
Yeah.
I get it now. Oh my gosh.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so slow. Episode 24.
Episode 24. And for all you Jack Bauer fans and 24 fans, come on, man. That theme music is brilliant, man. Seriously. I know Marcel is a huge Jack Bauer fan.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, exactly. But no, look, another episode.
Yeah, I do like the way he just added some sound to our show, because I think we could add some more flavour to our show, and that's a good
Because the
addition.
only sound that we're getting at the moment is when you do Anniversary Corner, your little
that
thing.
shit jingle.
Right, okay, now let's get into our shout-outs. Who are we shouting out this week?
Today we are shouting out Will. Now, Will is a massive movie buff. I got talking to Will during the week, and I didn't realise how much of a massive movie buff he is. He knows so many things about movies, not just about the movies themselves, but behind the scenes, the making of things, and all the controversy. He knows all of it. He also emailed me a massive hidden gem list. These are films that even I haven't heard of.
Okay.
And whenever that happens, it makes me start to tingle, you know?
Exactly.
So yeah, Will, he knows his stuff, and he listened to our podcast on the way to work the other day, and he said, yeah, he really liked it.
Thanks, Will.
So yeah, massive shout out to Will. Thanks, Will.
Massive shout out.
And then next we have Erica, who we shouted out before.
Yes.
Erica is our #1 supporter in the United States of America.
Oh yeah.
That's right. She's over in Chicago, Chi-Town, the Windy City, representing Flixters, stateside. So she actually messaged to say that we are a part of her morning walk to work.
Yeah, morning walk to work.
So she walks to work, getting in her exercise, and she listens to us. Basically, we keep her going as she's going to walk.
That's what we want to hear.
I said to her, if she listens to us in the mornings, she will never walk alone. She will never walk alone.
Exactly. Erica, come on, man. Download this show. Keep us with you.
Exactly. Thank you, Erica.
Thanks for that.
And Emmanuel again. Emmanuel actually, he pops up now and again. Emmanuel's one of our supporters, I should say, who really loves the show, and he's always mailing us about different things. He's almost like one of our little birds who tells us news, because a lot of the times he tells us news that's happening and so on. But yeah, he he keeps laughing about what we say in the show. I think he likes the comedy more than the actual films. So he was just laughing about stuff. So I thought I'll shout him out again, because Emmanuel's always inputting into the show. He listens as well on the way to work and so on. So
thanks, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Emmanuel. And then another E. There's so many E's this week. Erica, Emmanuel, and then last but by no means least, Elliot. AKA Van Ann, who's actually a close friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he's actually he's like a little birdie. He's not little in real life, trust me, but he actually sends a lot of information. And he actually sent us some information that we're going to talk about in today's news about Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So yeah, he's another movie buff, loves TV shows. He's one of those people that tells me to watch things, and I'm like, no, I'll do it next time.
Yeah.
And he's watched it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, you know, things like Bleach, for example, and some of those mangas like Attack on Titan and stuff. He watched way before I did, and then I got involved in it. So big shout out to Elliot.
You know what? I've got to do a big shout out to my man. He's kind of like a mentor, really.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. Seriously, man. This person has been in my life ever since, like, say, from teenage years, right?
Okay.
And always, we would be talking about films. We'd be talking about like making films, writing films, action films, going back martial arts films, like everything. And like kind of like what you said about Elliot.
Okay.
I got a big shout out to Danny, who is like a big supporter of the show. He listens, and I just got to say thanks for listening and keep listening, and hopefully we'll bring you more hidden gems.
I heard that.
All right. So now I want to speak about this one first, because you know what? Flash Gordon is...
Yeah.
It's when you think about Flash Gordon, it's do you remember Ted, the movie Ted?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Seth, what's his name, MacFarlane.
Yeah, and then they did Ted 2.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon was in it.
Yeah, he was. Was he the landlord or something?
Or he was...
He was in a flat, isn't it? With the flat. He was in their apartment next to them or something.
Yeah, something like that. And he was like coking it up and like, all this sort of stuff. But I mean, Flash Gordon is like a classic from the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us about what the news is.
Yeah, so from what I understand, the Overlord director, Julius Avery, is going to direct a reboot or a retelling, some form of Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Not quite sure yet when it's going to come out. But we'll obviously let everyone know when that happens, when they start shooting any on-set images and script contributors and obviously casting as well is going to be massive. I don't know who, maybe at the moment. Oh, I don't know. Who
could be like, because in the film, like tall,
trying to think,
blonde hair. I mean, Chris,
Thor.
I mean,
it's funny. He actually he might be in the running for that.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking, if they want like a more like, I don't know, jovial version of Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
How about, oh man, what's his name? He's a bit of a wacky character, but he was in Predator 2, or he was in Predator 2, and his son was in The Predator that came out recently.
Boosie. Jack, I think it's Jack Boosie.
I don't know his son. I don't know the younger one.
Yeah.
Well, he's not young, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
the modern one. He'd be a Flash Gordon.
He would be quite quirky.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, any more news we get on that one, we'll let you know. But yeah, you're right. Flash Gordon was an institution in the 70s and 80s, and a lot of people of our generation. What do we call ourselves these days? Millennials?
I don't think we are.
Are we not millennials?
No, we're not. I don't think.
Oh,
I think
we
missed it.
Just misfits.
Bloody.
Damn.
Yeah.
But so people of our ilk, of our generation, understand the importance Flash Gordon has in society and in sci-fi films that have, spawned from that. So Flash. Should be good. Yeah, exactly.
I love that, man. That was brilliant. All right, so tell us about James Gunn.
Yeah, James Gunn, as everyone knows by now, director of Guardians 1, Guardians 2. A mysterious rehire James Gunn poster suddenly appeared near Disneyland recently.
Bansky?
Sorry?
Could it be in Bansky?
I don't
Nah, doubt it. But listen, I mean, Disney, they're not going to... I mean, I think it's gone now, isn't it?
It's gone. But it just goes to show that no matter what happens, the people... and if you're making these projects, these films, these productions for their people, the people have spoken.
Exactly.
They have spoken. Will Disney listen? Disney have got they got the stakeholders, they got the reputation to consider. So what's more important to them? Stakeholders, reputation, money, or the people?
Or the people.
This is when it really goes to show. But obviously he's gone now. He's gone to DC. He's going to do Suicide Squad 2. But who knows if in the future...
I reckon he might come back. Do you know that?
Do you reckon?
Yeah, they might just say, look, let bygones be bygones. Come back. We made a mistake. We effed up. And look, here you go. Here's
Here's Guardians of the Galaxy 5.
We're going to give you like a 5 picture. Nah, actually, look, I don't know, but I mean, it's just one of the things they could backtrack. You know, it's stranger things have happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now let's start to kind of trickle. Let's start feeding everyone now this Game of Thrones stuff coming through, and there's kind of a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So first up, I just want to quickly mention. Now, Naomi Watts, what is she been famous for? Tell us about Naomi Watts. What's she done?
I first saw Naomi Watts in The Ring. It came out in 2002.
Yep.
She's been in many
of a Japanese film.
Yeah, she's Australian by origin. I think she was originally from years ago. She was in Home and Away. The TV
everyone's
soap.
come out of Home and Away or Neighbours. One of those two, man.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, his brother.
Kylie Minogue, obviously from back in the day.
Jason Donovan.
Yep. And Margot Robbie
as well.
So the list goes on. That show create talent.
Yeah.
So Naomi Watts, I first saw her from The Ring. She's been in
Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive. Yeah, she's been in King Kong, the 2005 with
Which
Jack Black.
I was a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I like that one. It's actually quite good.
Yeah.
What killed the beast? Beauty killed the beast.
Oh man,
Joker.
I know Jack Black. His eyes, man, be like crazy.
But yeah, so she's been in a whole host of films, successful ones as well. But she has been tipped to star in the new Game of Thrones prequel, I should say. Yes. So that's massive. I mean, this is Hollywood talent, because obviously when Game of Thrones first came out, I mean, Sean Bean, everyone knows Sean Bean, but apart from
in England, everyone knows him.
Exactly. But then the rest of the cast, the rest of the cast are great. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. And they were all strong in their areas, but they weren't maybe household names as they are now.
Who knew Sophie Turner?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But now they're obviously looking to some household names to kick off the prequel. So yeah, interesting.
And do you think then, if we have someone like Naomi Watts on the show, then they could bring in other kind of Hollywood greats or bigwigs? Because I asked this is because Julia Roberts is in a show on Amazon Prime. So she's kind of moved into doing streaming stuff.
It's true, and it goes to show the power of the streaming service. There's some stats that were sort of released quite recently about how on-demand services have now leapfrogged traditional pay-per-view services, and that's just in the UK. So many more people are actually viewing their television via on-demand sort of like streaming services. Hardly anyone watches things live anymore. So you know, these agents know this. They do their analysis, and they're obviously, you know, they're telling their actors, you know, that they have to, you know, tell them business sense. Okay, do this because you're going to have a bigger audience, and the money is there. This is the future of entertainment.
Of entertainment,
exactly. So yeah, I can see it more. Sandra Bullock is going to be in the Bird. The Bird, is it the Bird Cage? Not the Bird Cage, the Bird something, the Bird Box.
We spoke about that
last week. So I mean, these are big names going into you know, Netflix and so on, Amazon and Hulu. Yeah,
they're all kind of big players, and keeping it with the Game of Thrones. There was something that George R.R. Martin, the creator of Game of Thrones, the books I'm talking about, he went on record and he was said, look, you know what, we're going to go back like, say, like 10,000 years or whatever it is, like thousands of years before the Game of Thrones thing. What they're talking about is that the period where Naomi Watts is going to start acting in, or you know, this period of time called the Long Night. Yeah. And this goes back, and we've heard that, you know, old Nan stories. Old Nan from
season one.
Season one. You know, oh, the long night that lasted a generation. Like, you know, all this sort of shit, right? So, you know, you're going to have like White Walkers. You're going to have the Whites. You're going to have Bran the Builder. You're going to have the children. No, what are they? The Tree People? No,
the Children of the Forest.
Children of the Forest. Yeah. We're going to see all of that.
Yeah. It's all going to happen in the Long Night. And you're right. In season one, there was a scene. The scene talking about was when Bran had fallen off the tree. Yeah. And his sort of nanny was reading him bedtime stories of the Long Night. And it was like 8,000 years ago, this is compared to what we're seeing at the moment. And they talked about how, you know, kings froze on their thrones. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, kings froze on their thrones.
Yeah, that's quite poetic.
It is, you know, it's true. Yeah, I mean, it was so long. Mothers would, you know, literally suffocate their kids to save them from that torturous winter. Yeah. So many things happened in that long night. And yeah, The Long Night is one of the stories that's going to be the prequel and going to be what we're going to be seeing next.
Yeah.
Production starting from next year to be released in 2020.
It's going to be wicked.
So it's going to be more than wicked. I mean, originally there were like 5 stories that were going to be spun off from the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But we spoke about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
They thought, let's concentrate on quality rather than quantity, which is what I think DC is doing at the moment.
Yep.
And trying to get not DC, Star Wars is trying to do at the moment. They're trying to give too much rather than give, quality. So I'm really looking forward to The Long Night.
I know.
Who doesn't like a long night?
I know, man.
Rather than a short night.
Short night, exactly. And keeping it with another bit of Game of Thrones news, there's talk of this final season. The ending of this final season is going to end on a, like there was the Battle of the Bastards in the previous one, right?
Oh, I know what's going to happen. Oh, Thanos is going to come and click his fingers. He's going to come and click his fingers, and the White Walkers are going to go.
And no, but there's talk now. This is me being serious.
Yeah.
They're going to bring in a new character called Michael Myers to kind of no, seriously. All right, okay, be serious now. There is talk of there going to be an epic battle, which is the battle of all battles to end, and there's going to be a lot of sadness. Like, I'm telling you, people are going to die, man.
Next year, man.
Seriously, I can't wait. And there was talk of them saying, a few of the actors, like Jon Snow, he's kind of like the bastard. He's come out and said, you know what, there was talk of them actually ending it on making 3 films.
Serious.
Yeah, but then they were like, they're going to be an hour-long episodes. They're just going to be epic, and the final's going to be a massive battle.
I can see that those last episodes coming in the cinema. I can see them being in the cinema.
People will go out and watch them.
To the cinema to watch that. I would.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I got it at home, I'll still go to cinema for that.
Yeah. Oh man, watch it on the big screen.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now I think we spoken about. I'm not sure, but it director Andy Muschietti, has finished wrapping It 2.
Yep. It 2 has wrapped. So that's going to be out. Well, yeah, because films tend to wrap principal photography a year before release. It's meant to be out next year, September.
Yeah.
I think the 6th, I think it is. So there could be some, reshoots and so on. But yeah, for now,
all done.
It's all been done, which is great to hear.
I know.
I'm looking forward to
that one.
It one was great.
It was.
Just like the original Stephen King adaptation that came out in 1990, it's also going to be set in 2 parts, because in 1990, the first part was the kids, second part the adults, and just a whole heap of madness.
I know.
Conjured up.
Oh gosh, man, stop it! And then as I was kind of digging around a bit more, so this director Andy Muschietti, he's also been tipped to direct the live action Attack on Titan movie.
Yeah, it's. I know you haven't seen Attack on Titan, have
no,
you? The manga is wicked.
You've mentioned this before, right?
It's one of the best mangas. It's wicked. There has been a live adaptation of it before.
Yeah.
There has been a live adaptation of it before, but that's been the sort of Japanese version, which is, I saw it. I actually quite liked it. It was a good attempt, because Attack on Titan, the premise is crazy.
Yeah.
There's these big sort of humanoid monster things that are basically, this is years in the future. Humans have been like fighting these massive monster things that they can't beat them basically. So the humans have made these sort of stronghold like cities that are fortified by these massive walls to keep these monsters out, and then the humans have to defend these walls. They've got different factions, they've got rangers, they've got different like soldiers and so on that have the different roles in making sure that these walls are secure.
Right.
So basically the humans in the manga, these things are massive. It's like, and the way the humans fight, it's almost like a bit like Spider-Man. They've got this like machine, I can't remember the name of the machine, but it's like a slingshot where they can sling themselves across the room, or not the room, sorry, across like an area, from building to building, because these things are so big. Sometimes you can't do it on foot. Yeah. So from building to building, they're slinging themselves across, and they've got these samurai swords. Yeah. Which, as they swing across, they can slash the monsters, because the monsters are not very intelligent. They're like massive toddlers,
ogres,
kind of thing. They sort of walk around the place. Not much intelligence, no strategy.
Yeah.
So like if you can get a good hit on them, you can take them down.
But what they have got is the strength and the size.
Yeah, and they eat humans. If they grab you, they're going to eat you. That's what they do. They just eat you. They bite your head off. It's crazy. So the anime is really good.
Okay.
The live action Japanese version was a good attempt. And if Andy Muschietti is going to direct a like American version, I want to see how that comes out.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing he's meant to be.
What else is he doing?
Yeah, so we understand a H.G. Wells adaptation of the Time Machine.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Because this Time Machine came out, was it 1999 or 2000?
There was a film version of
with Guy Pearce and Samantha Mumba.
Yeah.
Remember
that
the Time Machine came out? That was quite a while ago.
But the actual novel, like what it's based on, is from the 1800s.
Oh yeah.
This is like classic literature.
Is H.G. Wells also the guy that done the War of the Worlds?
Yes,
someone else.
I think so.
There was that radio broadcast that was meant to be.
No, that was Orson Welles.
Oh, okay. It was too many Wells, man.
That was Orson Welles. But
are they related?
Well, who knows?
Okay,
but you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So that was a good film. It was okay. And also, this film has links to Leonardo DiCaprio. What's that about?
Leo DiCaprio is going to be he's going to play like the Guy Pearce. He's going to be the new Guy Pearce, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm surprised either Christopher Nolan or
why haven't they done this?
Or what's his name? His other collaborator, the Italian guy.
Denis.
No, the Italian guy that does they done Shutter Island and Scorsese.
Scorsese.
So, yeah.
Why? Yeah.
Usually they always work with Leo, don't
exactly.
they?
But apparently, look, just a kind of like a bit of a quick breakdown. So he builds a time machine. He travels 10,000 years into the future. He meets the future us. They're savages. Somehow they steal the time machine. They go back in time. He's then got to go find a way to kind of stop everything. But the premise is amazing. And I think this guy is going to probably do a great job. And if it's Leo, I mean, come on. It'll be great. It'll be worth watching.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that was that. And all right, I think did we mention this before? Or we've kind of I asked you this question, who else would you like to see from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which kind of like secondary character, a person who hasn't got their own film, who would you like to see have their own series? And what did you say? Do you remember?
I don't remember actually.
I think he did say Falcon.
Did I say Falcon? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Falcon.
There's quite a few of them, but Falcon definitely for sure because he's got a history. Yeah. Remember in Winter Soldier, he talked about being a pilot or like a paratrooper, and he saved some people with these wings, his prototype wings, and so So what's happening now?
So Disney Play, which is going to be the new, that's what it's called.
Oh, that's going to be called.
Yeah. Okay. So Disney Play, the new streaming service coming soon from Disney. They are going to launch Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they're going to give them their own shows. So I'm not sure if they're going to get separate ones or if they're going to team up.
From what I understand, it's going to be like a buddy type show, like a Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, because I don't know if you remember in Civil War, it was Cap, it was Falcon, and
they
Bucky.
were fighting Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man. Yeah, but they were like a pairing. Remember when in the car when Cap went to go and speak to Sharon Carter, and they had that little kiss, and Falcon and Bucky had that little joke in the car. He said, "Oh, move your seat forward,"
that was like
that.
Yeah,
and then the fight you're referring to, they paired up against Spider-Man. Yeah, they've got this kind of like serious man and funny man kind of vibe going on.
Sure.
So I think it will lend to a really good story between them. I reckon. And the enemy that they're supposed to be facing is the Serpent Society. We see so far we've got two of our words in this week. We've got conjuring
and we've got serpent.
Oh
gosh!
Now for the weep. But Serpent Society in Marvel are basically like a group of
another Hydra or
no. They're a very small group of misfits. They usually bank robbers, and one of them's got like a snake suit. Yeah, it's like basically they look, but like how like Rhino, a bit like a Sinister Six,
right? Okay,
but maybe on a level down.
Okay,
it's a bit more small scale. Yeah. So they usually bank robbers. They usually try to rob things and
the Winter Soldier kill him.
Well, who knows what the Serpent Society are going to be like in this one, but they're going to be something that is going to be a bit more contained. It's not going to be a worldwide threat. Yeah. It'll be something that will be contained, but will definitely have its links to the rest of the Marvel cinematic universe, I'm sure.
And keeping it with Marvel. Now, you know, I think it was about 2-3 weeks ago, you mentioned the Russo brothers. They put a poster up, or they put an Instagram picture up, and they had the words A and A, and we were trying to figure out the title of the new Avengers film.
Yep.
So what is this rumor about the film being called Avengers Annihilation?
So we kind of, we did cover that, and it's still a rumor, hasn't been confirmed, but Annihilation does stem from an actual comic book story.
Yeah, and there's a character called Annihilus, right?
There is a character called Annihilus, but who knows if that character will, if they even have the rights to that character, I don't know. But yeah, because in the poster, in the picture that the Russo brothers revealed a few weeks ago, there was 2 A's kind of lurking in it.
Yeah.
And Annihilation does have 2 A's. If not just that, Avengers Annihilation is 2 A's. So a lot of people are saying it may be that. Annihilation stems from a story that came from the Marvel, sort of in the comics, the Marvel universe being literally shooken at its core. And then the sort of post events that followed that. So, you know, in a way, the Infinity War, you know, the world was shook at its core.
Yeah.
And this is the post events after that. So it's, you know, we you know, we are dealing with annihilation of the, not just the human race, of all race of the universe. So it would be a good, you know, good
it's a
title
good title
to have.
as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Annihilation is a good title.
Exactly.
All right, okay. All right, I'm going to just kind of like say something to you, and you just tell me what comes to mind, okay? All right, I'm going to say this. My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North. I can't do it. Fuck it.
Husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered child, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Oh, yes.
That's one of the heaviest lines
love that
in
line.
all of cinema.
Oh, man.
Know that, yeah? Russell Crowe should have retired after that.
Exactly.
Yeah?
And you know what? He got an Oscar for it.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
And what are we talking about?
Gladiator.
Yes. So tell us the news.
So they're probably going to ruin it now with Gladiator 2.
I hope they don't mess it up, man.
My expectations are low for this, because even though Ridley Scott is meant to be developing Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
I think he's meant to be developing it with the co-writer of, was it Hot Shot, not Hot Shots, Top Gun 2, I believe. I think the co-writer, one of those co-writers somewhere, but basically, Ridley Scott is back in the helm developing Gladiator 2, and I think, I don't know, I mean, Ridley Scott, for me, his most recent works haven't left much to be desired. You know, Prometheus, you got Alien,
what was
Covenant.
Yeah, and then what has he done? What has he done else? Has he done recently?
Done that film with did it have Cameron Diaz and Brad Pitt and stuff? The was that him again?
The Kevin Spacey one.
No, that was someone else. That was that was him. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, you're right. That was him.
And then they had to cut out. They cut Kevin Spacey out and brought in
someone Blummer.
Yeah,
All the Money in the World or something.
All the money.
Good film actually.
Yeah,
that was actually not a bad film.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't know. Some films got to be left alone. Like for me, if Matrix stayed as Matrix 1, classic.
Yeah.
This could be another situation like that. You know, the people want it, but the people shouldn't always get what they want. You know,
exactly.
I want certain things in life, but I know I shouldn't get it.
Can we confirm, or do we know if Russell Crowe's going to be in it?
I hope not.
Yeah, because have you seen him now? Have you seen him now?
He'll need to go to a few Gladiator workout sessions.
Exactly.
But I think if he is in it, he should be the trainer. He shouldn't be the Gladiator.
Yeah, exactly. He could play the Oliver Reed character. You know, like when that was from that one.
Yeah.
But there's another line that I just got to quickly mention in the film where he dispatches, like, you know, some people in the arena and everything, and he's pissed off, so he's killed them all, and then he turns around to the whole audience and he goes, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, wicked line.
Oh man,
wicked line.
I love that.
Wicked
Danny,
line.
if you're listening, he knows what I'm talking about.
Wicked
He
line.
loves that line.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so that was Gladiator 2. All right, now tell us about this. There's rumors of, you know, buzzing about this whole thing about Black Mask. Who is Black Mask?
Black Mask is a villain from the DC universe who likes to wear a black mask.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the picture of the way it's drawn and everything, and he's like, looks sinister.
Yeah.
This is like badass.
Yeah, it's meant to be one of those like really intelligent sort of baddies in the sort of DC world, and I can sort of see him being a bit like that, because Ewan McGregor isn't like a he's not like I don't know, like a muscle man type thing.
No.
So his sort of villain would have to be someone who's a bit more intelligent, a bit more measured, someone who's a bit more sinister in the, sort of activity. And I can see him doing quite well with that. I'm not sure if he's going to be a Scottish, American, or a British baddie. Probably British. They love their British baddies.
They love their Brits bad,
in
right,
America.
exactly, yeah.
But yeah, so he's confirmed to be playing a character called Black Mask in DC's Birds of Prey, which will start filming as of next year.
Wow.
To be released 2021, I believe. No, sorry, 2020.
Right, and you also mentioned over here as well on the show notes. It's going to be kind of like an R-rated. Yes,
yeah. The director of Birds of Prey confirmed that is going to be the case, but then we've heard that before, so I'm taking that with a little bit of a pinch of salt.
Because we heard that about Venom,
exactly. And then when it comes to them doing the
marketing,
the marketing, and the sort of, I don't know, the pre-release, reviews and so on. Some people's, once the feedback gets to the studio and the studio want to make more money and so on, it's just...
And then they say, okay, how about we make it a 15 rated and then we can get more kids in and 12A or whatever it is.
Sometimes they'll edit it down to be just on the cusp of an R rating, but still maintain the PG-13 status.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I would love it if DC made something rated R. And Birds of Prey, I mean, Margot Robbie's... what's her name? Harley Quinn, and some of the other characters in the film, I think, will be better portrayed in a rated R space. They'll be allowed to express their darkness, as it were. Because
she's quite out there, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's crazy.
Yeah, she is. She's meant to be mad crazy, like mad crazy. But then we'll see. I mean. Yeah, I think it'll be better like that. I think it'll be similar to like how you got Daredevil on Netflix and so on. That's rated R, and it's just good.
And Titan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Titans. Yeah, the stakes seem higher when someone can get their head blown off. Yeah, rather than just something subtle.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. All right, that's interesting. Oh, and talking about streaming services again, my friend Henry, there was a picture put out on Instagram or something.
Yeah, we put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Henry Cavill as Witcher.
Yes, as the Witcher. So there's actually a video image of it as well.
Oh, is there?
There's a video image of him. That's quite funny, actually. There's darkness, and he steps forward into the light in this costume, and he sort of stands there. There's a little kind of a half smirk or sort of smile towards the end. Yeah. And he sort of turns away.
Okay.
But the costume seems like it's at the early stages.
Right, yeah.
Because originally in the book, it's actually derived from a book, The Witcher.
Oh, okay. Because I was just thinking about the film.
Game.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, so the game,
it's a book written by a Polish person about the sort of Witcher world, which is about monsters and, witchcraft and all that. And in the book, and I think in the first maybe game or two, he had no beard. So the look that they've shown us here
is clean shaven.
It's original look. But then in Witcher 3, he's got a bit of a beard. He's a bit more grizzly. He's got scars and stuff. Yeah. So who knows if maybe his look will develop as the filming goes on. But yeah, The Witcher, for people that don't know, Geralt of Rivia, and he's a badass character, basically. He's like Cable and Wolverine, but in the ye old times. He's got a sword. In the world, he's a monster hunter. Yeah. He can drink sort of a potion to sort of bring the berserker rage out of him. Yeah, he sort of berserker rages when he drinks his potion. And he's got a bit of a use of magic. Like I said, he's got these massive swords that he uses to chop up monsters.
Conjure a few spells.
He can conjure a few spells. He can.
Okay. Make a few people weep.
His sister has been weeping because she's been captured, and he's going to try and save her. Yeah. Exactly. So it's meant to be really good, and they've started casting so far. And so far, I think they have started filming as we speak.
I think this is a big project for Netflix to have, but also for them to get hold of Henry Cavill. I mean, this is pretty major, right? Netflix having really this whole dealing with this whole project. I mean, they're probably going to pump loads of money into it.
Yeah. Netflix is pumping a lot of money
man.
into their properties.
They are ramping up, man. Seriously, I can't wait for that.
I reckon. Just bearing that in mind. Obviously, you got DC streaming service. You got Amazon investing. You got Disney coming out. I can see maybe Netflix. I don't know. Something will have to change if they want to compete. Yeah, whether they can maximize on their content or whether they can make adjustments to their subscriptions.
And absolutely right, because who's got bigger pockets than Disney?
Exactly. They print their own money.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, right, okay, so Netflix said they've got the rights to this character. Maybe around the world they're going to be like, right, okay, maybe we can buy that character. Maybe we can buy that computer game character. Maybe we can buy this cartoon character.
Yeah.
And it comes down to, right, okay, we're going to bring you this, we're going to bring you that. And
even sometimes they might not even make the property, but buying the rights, owning it, means they can also sell it for a higher price. So it may even come down to just, who's got the rights sometimes.
I know.
So,
I mean, if they want to come and buy the rights to the Flixters, I mean...
they have to buy it from Amazon, isn't it?
Amazon, they got their claws in first. Right, okay. Okay, cool. So now let's move on to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. So yeah, Wonder Woman, well, it's going to be called Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
So the co-writer basically... We hear has been hired by Marvel, no less, to pen a mystery Phase 4 project.
Yeah, I know. I read about this. And just to kind of like, let's just kind of put this out there. So Phase 4, we're talking about the Black Widow project. We're talking about the Eternals, which we spoke about.
Yeah.
And...
Everything post
Avengers 4.
Yeah. So Spider-Man
Post
Homecoming.
Spider-Man?
I'm not sure if Spider-Man Homecoming is considered Phase 4. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But yeah, anything basically coming out after 2019, after summer 2019 is Phase 4. Yeah.
So that's why we're getting these kind of, the Black Widow thing and the Eternals we spoke about and this new project.
Exactly.
Who knows, man?
Yeah. But then at the same time, it could be film. It could be something in the streaming service. Because, who knows what the project is.
Yeah.
But definitely, if Wonder Woman 2 is going to be successful.
And Doctor Strange 2, that's coming afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be a Phase 4.
Yeah.
And
Black
that's
Panther,
confirmed.
Yeah, Black Panther 2 as well.
Yeah, those are all confirmed now.
Exactly.
So they can't backtrack. I'm telling you, like Marvel, you can't backtrack now. You can't cancel shit, right? Like you have been doing. All right. Okay. So now tell us about... the House of Mouse. We've spoken about them.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
They print their own money basically. So we know the House of Mouse purchased the property, the rights, the whole lot for Star Wars in 2012. And George Lucas, he literally overnight turned into a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Overnight, this man turned into a billionaire.
I know.
He was mad happy. The guy just, could you imagine that?
I know.
Overnight.
But I think he was in he was in this position, right? Where look, he made the Star Wars 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
They critically, they were like panned.
Yeah.
Like, really bad. They might have made a bit of money, and I think they did. I think Revenge of the Sith, kind of like. You
mean the prequels? Yeah.
The prequel ones. Yeah. But clearly, he was a person who was like, look, maybe we need more different people to take this project forward.
I think he realised that early as well, because he only directed.
He only directed Star Wars.
1. And then he directed The Phantom Menace as well.
Yeah, those two out of that whole 6. Like, we get it. They're his creation.
Yeah.
He did have a lot to say in all of them.
Yeah. So I think, so you're right. So he probably sat down, or Disney threw money at him while he was sitting down and said, you know what, Bill. You'll still have executive status billing.
Your name's going to come up.
Yeah, you'll still have... we'll listen to what you got to say. We may not do it, but we'll listen to what you got to say.
Yeah.
And then here's, 2-point-something billion. How's that sound?
Yeah.
And his wife is probably like, you better take that money.
Yeah.
You better take that money.
Kicking him under the table.
You know what I mean? Take that money. So basically they bought Star Wars for $4 billion in 2000 and almost 6 years to the day, actually. That's meant to be a 10, by the way, 30th of October, not December.
Yeah.
But for $4 billion, they invested in that. And literally, as of now, they've started to make a profit from that investment. So in 6 years, so 2012, 2018, in 6 years, that's how long it takes. And that's the reason why we can see so many Star Wars projects being released or in the works, because they've done that. The economists, the analysts, they've done all the calculations,
the number crunching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They know, okay, this is what we need to do to make sure we get our investments back. Shareholders are like, yo, guys, we invested. Let's get some of this back now.
Yeah.
I got an island with my name on it.
Yeah,
I got to buy.
Totally.
You know?
I know, man.
So they've basically started making their money, and now we're going to see. Like episode 9's going to be coming out.
JJ Abrams is doing that one.
Exactly.
We've got the Jon Favreau thing.
Yep. So everything they make now is clean money.
Yeah.
It's not going against anything they've put in. It's now clean money. You see what I'm saying?
I love that.
It's clean. It's like, this is ours.
Exactly.
Our profits now, man.
And this is all going to go on their streaming service now, man. And then so from all the subs that they're going to get, the subscription that they're going to get, man. I mean, they're on a winner, man.
Do re mi, man. Do re mi.
So what it is? So they've got Star Wars, they've got Marvel, they've got obviously all the back catalogue of all the cartoons and Lion Kings and.
But they've just bought Fox as well, so that now is
and X-Men.
Yep, which is Fox, yeah. So there's a lot going on, man.
Who's going to compete?
They are their own competition.
Yeah, man. Oh shit. Right. Okay. Let's now move on to Big Sam and Little Reynolds.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
I have not seen it.
I saw it recently.
Is it good? Is it filmed in England?
Yes, it is. I didn't realise that.
I didn't realise, Someone said I was filmed in England.
About 3 weeks ago, I watched it on Netflix, The Hitman's Bodyguard. It's all right, you know.
Yeah, funny.
It's not as bad as that. Yeah, I thought, maybe. Yes, actually, it's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a good... camaraderie, and they've got they bounce off each other a bit like what we said before about the Lethal Weapon type thing, you know.
Yeah.
One's quite serious, one's quite jokey, but in a way they're both kind of jokey, but just in different ways.
Right? Yeah.
But it's a film worth watching.
Okay.
And the majority is filmed in England. Part of it's filmed in Holland, I believe, and in another country. But yeah, and also what's her name's in it from Daredevil? Elektra.
Oh, Elektra's
she's in it. Yeah,
okay.
she's in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good film.
Yeah, so
good
they're coming
out. My missus from back in the day, actually, a Mexican missus.
What, Rosario?
No. The original one, man. The original. From what's her name? How can I forget my own missus' name, man? Damn, she was in the
just don't forget a birthday.
The Vampire with Tarantino.
Oh man, yeah.
You know,
Say no more,
you know
man.
who I'm talking
Say
about,
no
innit?
She was from Desperado as well.
Yes.
Oh man, how can we forget?
Oh my, well, it will come to me. It will come to me. Trust
me. You know what? Yeah, blurt it out.
Or I should say, I will come to her. It will come to me, then I will come to her.
How can we forget this? And she's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Yeah, she's cool.
Great actress and
She's in it as well. But yeah, part 2 basically is gonna start happening. Both Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson are both gonna return for the Hitman's Bodyguard part 2.
He must be, and I'm talking about Samuel L. Jackson. He must be the hardest working actor in Hollywood. Like, I think what hasn't he done? What isn't he doing?
Guinness Book of Records, I think the most. I think he was for a while, and Harrison Ford took him with being in Force Awakens. But I think he must be back up top now. But yeah, this guy, he
rakes in the dollars.
How old is he? 60 something.
Yeah.
He's
this guy, man, non-stop, man. And look, Homecoming, Avengers 4, and who knows? He might even pop up in Black Widow.
Oh yeah. No, he's meant to. Yeah, he's meant to. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going
to be in Captain Marvel. Don't forget. Yeah.
Holy shit!
In a big role as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah. And do you know what? I still don't know what the L stands for, and I don't want to know. Before you try and find out, I don't want to know.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want to know. I want it to stay L.
L. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I just wanted to stay L. I was like, I can Google it at any moment, Sam. But I like it to be unknown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what will happen is when we interview him one day, we'll just like maybe I'll say.
I'll leave the room and you can ask him. I still don't want to know.
Yeah. Okay. But when we will. But one day we will.
Yeah. And the Rock will tell us.
The Rock
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Now we've mentioned DC before. Let's quickly mention this again. There is a new DC streaming service character coming out, and this is called Stargirl. Stargirl. Yeah. And I don't know jack shit about Stargirl, so you're gonna have to fill in some gaps over here, man.
I don't know much about her. I know she's from a different. She's kind of like a Oh, she's like a star. She's like a sort of Supergirl type character.
Okay.
She did pop up in DC's Legends of Tomorrow TV show that comes on.
Yes.
And she was part of the Justice League of America group.
Oh,
They
damn
had
it. Yeah, and I saw that.
Stargirl. They had what's his name? Captain Steel or something like that. And there's like a merry band. They were like the early version of the Justice League.
Right, yeah.
So they were Justice Society or whatever they were called. But yeah, so she's got powers of flight. She can energy project. She can, she's a badass basically.
Yeah, and what I did was I kind of like was digging around and stuff. So apparently she's living in LA. She has to move to a different part of the US, and she meets someone and she stumbles upon some like staff.
Okay.
Not like
a magical staff.
A magical staff, yeah, not staff from like working in a shop or something like that, right? But like a magical staff, and she gains these powers, and she's like, able to do like what you said, to So sounds interesting. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is DC, man. They are ramping shit up.
With their
They're not
TV
wasting any time.
and animation, they've got it locked.
Yeah,
TV
all these
animation
characters,
locked. Yeah,
they can bring in like flipping
Swamp Thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's just
bring
like,
them in,
bring them in. What's next?
Next we have, this is very expensive.
$6 man.
No, I forgot to write billion. $6 man. You won't get much with $6. But yeah, so we did mention this a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
That the $6 billion man is gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be starring Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And I've just heard now that the $6 billion man is in development hell. So there's trouble that's gonna happen. Basically, they haven't got a director yet. They had one, they've lost one. There's money issues here.
It's ironic, isn't it? For $6 billion.
Just take some of the budget from the man. Just make him one less finger or something.
Yeah.
There's trouble making behind the production, the money and so on. But Mark Wahlberg did say that in a lot of films there's production nightmares.
Yeah.
In The Fighter, he mentioned that there was production nightmares, and it was nominated for like 5 Oscars or something like that.
So Bale won an Oscar for it.
Exactly. So this happens in many productions. We just don't know about it because we see the end products.
Yeah.
But in this, he says that it was meant to be happening from even the 90s and then the 2000s, and it's been coming and going for such a long time.
Yeah.
But he's saying that he hopes that it will start production next year.
Okay.
Originally I thought it was actually already in production, but it hasn't even started.
They haven't even got off the ground yet.
Exactly. So hopefully he says it will start next year or not at all. So
it'd be interesting to see, man. I'd want to see it. $6 billion.
Me too.
Like,
see what $6 billion can buy you these days.
Man.
I reckon it's got to be like it can't just be because in the original story, Lee Majors, starred as Steve Austin.
Steve Austin,
who was a $6 million man.
I know, and that was back then.
That was then in the 80s, exactly. And his backstory was was he a pilot, I think, or an Air Force pilot or something like that, some sort of military man.
Yeah.
He got injured. He lost his legs.
Yeah.
Lost an arm. Was blind in one eye, and he was literally like on his way out.
Yeah.
And then someone said, we've got an experimental procedure that we can do. We'll change his life. We'll make him a soldier of the future.
Yeah.
And obviously he signed up with his one arm that he's got left. He signed up for it, and then they put all this, teching him, because metal legs. Obviously, he didn't look metal because in the 80s it was just they made it sound like it was metal, but it wasn't. And he could jump higher. He had great
run
vision.
faster.
He was stronger. And back then, obviously, special effects weren't what we see now. So to make him look like he's jumping higher and faster, they'll put the camera at a low angle and have him jump. And it'll just be like.
That's it. It was that sound.
Exactly.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, and it was just But so now, being 2000, by the time it comes out, 2020,
they got to have some serious shit, man.
High tech shit. He's got to be like. He's got to have Wi-Fi. He's got to have 5G. He's got to be able to tap into satellites. He's got to have Google Assistant on Macs, literally.
He's got to have Tinder, Grindr, all this sort of shit in there, man.
He should be able to tap into your phones. He should be able to run fast, do everything, literally change his eye color, speak any language. This guy should be just like Jason Bourne 5.0, literally. He should just be on the next level.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I want to see it happen.
I want to see it happen, man. And and you know what? Like you said, if they don't have any of that shit, then like, you know what? No, I won't buy it.
Yeah, he's got to. And do you know what? Who do you think the enemy will be in this one? It's going to be the Russians or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but what if the Russians have got like a 6 billion ruble man? Is it ruples in Russia?
Yeah,
ruples in Russia.
Rubles, yeah,
and then
yeah.
we get obviously the Chinese, man. If they get on this shit, and the Japanese,
they get the yens in.
Oi, 6 billion.
And they got more yens than
6
like, you know.
billion yen, man. He's going to be
man.
some next level.
Like
beast.
high kicking.
Can you imagine? He'll stay in the air, just be doing roundhouse kicks. Proper. Can you imagine? Next level fighting. Do you know what it'll be like? It'll be like Killer Instinct on the N64.
Exactly, man.
Like Killer Instinct, 1,000 hit moves and all
And
that.
you know what? They could get the guy the one from Mile 22.
Oh, Eco Oasis. We'll
Eco
speak
Oasis.
about him later. Yeah. He will
man.
be a
He'll
six.
crush everything,
yeah,
man.
trust me.
This guy will crush it.
Trust me, he will mash shit up.
All right.
I reckon there could be a world tournament of 6
6
billion,
billion,
whatever the currency
whatever
is.
currency
But some
is.
currencies will be low. So their 6 billion might not get them a lot. Their 6
I'd
billion
love to see like the
might just
6
get them a
billion rupee.
mask.
I'd love to have like the 6 billion rupee man, one from India. You know, he gets a turban, throws it like, you know, chops their head off or something. That'd be wicked,
I've seen
man.
a karate film, an Indian one. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. It's a karate film.
I don't want to know.
I'm going to send you the link.
Send me
You
the
know
link.
what, guys? I'm going to send Amar the link, but I'm also going to send the link on our Instagram or Facebook. If you see the karate film I'm talking about, I can
imagine.
man,
I can imagine this is going to be
this
like,
guy.
I tell you what, those films where, like, you know, you like in Hollywood film, you'll have a clip and you fire the clip, you know, like a Magnum or something like that, fire it, and then you just throw it on the floor. Over there, you fire it, the bullets have run out, they throw the gun and it kills them.
Serious?
It's like, yeah, bow, 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 bow. No bullets, no problem.
Throw the gun.
Throw the gun at them. All right, okay.
Gosh.
All right, so after all this joking, I just want to quickly end on this one thing. So Raymond Chow, producer of classic kung fu films, sadly passed away just, I think it was just yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I want to kind of mention this because Raymond Chow was responsible for bringing Bruce Lee to the world.
Oh, wow.
So he signed. So Bruce Lee was obviously really, really famous. He started off, you know, he was in Hong Kong and then he moved over to America, studied philosophy, blah, 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 came back to Hong Kong, did like a TV show and whatnot. And he was picked up. Raymond Chow thought, you know what? I can use this guy. This guy's got the looks. He's got obviously the ability, the martial arts ability. I'm going to put him in a 3 or 4 picture deal. And as soon as he signed him on, he became an instant classic. Instant classic. You know, The Big Boss, Way of the Dragon, like Fist of Fury. And then it led to Enter the Dragon, which broke all box office records. Yeah. So not only that, but he found or he put onto the screens as well Jackie Chan.
Yes, yeah, because he was in Enter the Dragon.
He was in Enter the Dragon as well.
Chuck Norris as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chuck Norris was in Fist of Fury, A Way of the Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to kind of like mention that Raymond Chow, journalist and film producer.
No,
so
great.
passed away 91 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, and box office top 10.
Yes, top 10. You remember this time, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember this time. And I've just got to go on the other page there.
Yeah.
Right, number 10, Event Cinema, La Fanciulla del West at the Met Opera.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
La Fanciulla del West. So
what's that mean? What's the translation? Something of the West.
Yes, Fanciulla.
The fantastic, the fan and the
Wild West. Who knows?
Maybe
The
it is.
Wild West. All right, but you know what? Yeah, it's another Met Opera. It's an event cinema, and go out, check it out. Let us know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting in at number 9 is First Man, and gosh, number 9.
Yeah, it's on its way out. It's bombed, you know. It hasn't done well at a lot of box offices, and I don't know if it's because of
pacing. Is it like, you know, what is?
Maybe people aren't interested in space.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people would rather see Venom, or maybe, you know, A Star Is Born, or maybe because of it's out during maybe holidays in the UK, you know, half term with kids and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the parents aren't really getting a chance to go see it. I don't know. I did like the film.
I liked it. Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I can imagine, like, you know, for kids it might be a bit too heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah,
you know, there's a lot of kind of like drama in there.
Yeah, kids want the space. Just want to see, you know,
Like rocket
yeah,
going up in the air.
That's it.
Like, you know, so okay, so that's that. Number 9. If you can watch it, ladies and gentlemen, go out and watch it. Sitting in at number 8 is Venom.
Venom.
So
We
this,
are Venom.
this has done like a lot. This has done really well, right? 18.5 million.
That's not bad, you know.
It's not bad.
It's been out for just over a month now, or just about a month. And I think worldwide in America, it's done really well.
It's cleaned up.
Yeah.
It is absolutely cleaned up. And like I think you mentioned it before about having like one of the strongest October openings.
Yeah.
And it just makes me think, I wonder, would the R rating, would it have done more? Would it have done, like, I don't know, critically, would it have been better? I'm not sure, because critically this was, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I had a really good time watching it.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. You know, Eddie Brock.
The sort of balance, like the wigs, not the wigs, sorry, the suits.
The suits, yeah.
The big wigs, I was going to say,
Yeah.
have to make is that if it's an R rating, you are going to see it. If it's not an R rating, you will still see it,
Yeah.
but then you may take a kid with you.
Yeah.
So then there's a balance of, okay, the adults are going to see it anyway because they know it's going to be, if it's not going to be an R rating, it's still going to be edgy.
Yeah.
But then it means they can still take a couple of kids with them.
Sure.
So the box office will be bigger without an R rating.
Of course.
It's just
And
it's just the maths.
if you're a parent and you're taking like a couple of kids, like, I mean, that's like 30 quid, man.
Exactly.
That's 30 quid.
Exactly. So that's why not having an R rating sometimes, the suits make a really compelling case.
Yeah. All right. At number 7 is The Hate You Give. I haven't seen this, but I've heard really good stuff about it.
Me too. I am going to see it at some point, but it's a really, really good film, and I do think it won't do that well here.
It's kind of debuted
It's
at
more
number
American
7.
audience. I think the British audience won't really jump at this one like they should.
And is it based on a true story?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
If not based on a true story, it's based on true events, because these events happen a lot in America.
Yeah.
You know, with the police shooting young guys in America for really not having any.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not having a weapon or just looking threatening. It's a funny story actually. This is going off topic actually, but yesterday I went to an ATM machine, or cash point, we say it here in the UK.
Cash machine.
And I went to the cash machine. There was a queue, and actually my mum dropped me there because I got my car fixed yesterday.
Yeah.
So I had no car. The car was at the garage. So my mum dropped me at the cash machine, and then dropped me at the garage. It wasn't too far away, but she dropped me there. I waited in the queue. As I got to the queue, there was a man, maybe 40 something, I don't know, maybe 50. He seemed quite older actually than me. And he was with another lady who may have been his mum, I'm not sure. They were both waiting for the cash machine as well. And as soon as I stepped up, he looked at me, and then he looked at his mum and took her bag and wrapped it over her shoulder, because her bag was like just on her shoulder, like on the side.
Maybe just a bit loose, maybe.
Yeah, so as soon as he saw me, he sort of looked forward and then looked at his mum and then got her bag and wrapped it over her shoulder so that it can't be pulled away.
Right, okay.
And I saw it and thought,
what the hell?
Yeah, I thought, what's that? Obviously, because of the way I look, it's like people may think I'm going to be threatening or do something, which I'm not,
of course.
But and then there's more.
Oh,
so
God, I thought you were going to stop there.
No. So when it was their turn, because I was behind them, when it was their turn, they went to the cash machine, and the mum went to get the cash out. As she was doing it, he wasn't even standing, like,
he was looking at you.
Yeah, he was standing behind her, looking at me, but not looking in my eyes, just looking in sort of, just looking at my direction. So it's like he was her bodyguard. He was making sure that he could see me at all times while she was using the machine, just in case I was going to run and sort of
grab her.
And
little does he know, you would have flattened the guy anyway. If you wanted to, you could have done a snatcher on him. I mean, like 6'4", flipping out, grab him in a headlock, and that's it. It's
I don't know. I just, like, inside of me, I thought, you know what, okay, so I'm laughing inside because I know I'm the last person on earth that's going to do that.
But also, you know what? I'd be pissed off.
Yeah. Well, no, things I wasn't, and I should have been, but at the same time, because I'm used to it, I'm past pissed off. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know what their experiences has been. He may have been. It may have actually happened. From a guy who looked just like me. Yeah. In that respect, I can't kind of blame him for reacting like that because he's just trying to protect his mum, which everyone should do.
Yeah, but I've never seen that. I've never him standing around.
Yeah,
and just
because
looking.
usually someone will stand there and like look behind or whatever. But he wasn't facing his mum at all. He was facing me, just looking there. He was almost ready for me to do something.
Yeah.
So in that way, I think they probably have had something gone wrong.
Right. Okay.
Because it was just like it was mad.
Yeah.
So in respect to this film, The Hate You Give, I can empathize with guys that have been portrayed as being a certain way in society when you're not, and then obviously the implications of what can happen. I mean, this is nothing. I was just visually, visually someone thought I was, but police can, if that happened and I was in a car and I just went to grab my phone, they could shoot me, in America, know. So
and in America, and what they say is, put your hands where I can see them.
Yeah.
That is the first thing.
That's the thing, but it's like if your brain is so not used to that. Because I'm not used to anything like this. So even like scratching your neck, I mean, something so little
could just trigger it off.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like you could think, oh, but I was just getting. But then they don't know that. They're thinking they see you as a threat. And any little move you make, like literally me just standing there.
Yeah.
I was waiting to get my cash out to go and fix my car.
Exactly.
But he saw me as a threat. So anything I was doing, if I went into my pocket, he would have thought, oh shit, it's gonna happen now. And he would have, he was like running off.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just perceptions.
It's sad, isn't it? Yeah. And this goes back to kind of like this is talking about me like doing a bit of studies now. In the 70s, there was a lot of this thing about labeling.
Yeah.
We all get
sus.
Exactly. We all get labeled.
Yeah.
Like, and unfortunately in this day and age, especially in America and as well, it happens here in the UK as well. We get labeled and people think, all right, that's that type of a person, that's that type of a person. But I mean, it's all bullshit, and it is the hate you give.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Oh,
which I think we need to see this film now.
We need to see this film, definitely. So that's at number 7.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Goosebumps 2, The Haunted Halloween. Yep. I haven't seen it.
No.
You haven't seen it.
Nope.
It's kind of like each week now, it's all making its way out. Number 5, Johnny English Strikes Again.
Yep.
Wow, 14 million.
Holidays, man. Holidays, kids.
Holiday money, man.
Yeah, kids would have watched this.
Exactly. Right, it did better than Smallfoot, which is definitely aimed at the kids. So that's at number 4.
But you know what's funny, Johnny English and Smallfoot,
they took the same amount.
Yeah, they took big amounts of money,
in the week, And it's that holiday thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, number 3, this is still doing really well. In America, I'm talking about. This is Halloween. So this is at number 3. In America, it's just killed it.
Killed it, mate. Killed it. Like Michael Myers
it does. And we saw it. We laughed about it. We joked about it. There's some missteps in there. But, I mean...
All he does is step.
Slow steps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's doing really, really well. Okay, number 2 is A Star Is Born. And this has done better than all of them. You know what? It's done better than Venom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Venom's on its way out, and this is still number 2. So this is going to get to like way over 20.
Yeah, I saw that film.
Did you see? What did you think in the end? Nah, it wasn't your film.
It was great.
Oh, okay.
Oh my! Do you know what? I went into the cinema on a Monday after work.
Yeah.
I thought, because usually I go to cinema after work, go by myself, just chill out, watch a film. The cinema was packed.
What?
On a Monday after work, it was packed. With mostly women, to be honest, like groups, mothers and daughters and so on.
Yeah.
So I was like in my section. I think I was one of the only guys there.
Yeah.
And it's your recommendation. I thought, because you said to me it was really good at 8.5, and I thought, what? Is this guy serious?
It can't be.
A guy on my football team. Yeah, a guy on my football team said it was a 9.
Oh.
And this guy is the most laddish guy you're gonna know.
Yeah.
And he said it was really good, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
I booked it. I went. The film was wicked.
It's good, isn't it?
It was on so many levels. Like
the performance.
I go to cinema. I've got a drink. I've got popcorn with me. I didn't touch either of them.
That is wicked.
I didn't get tired. Usually after work, I get tired from sitting there watching the film.
Yeah.
Sat through the whole thing. Eyes didn't blink at all.
Yeah, man.
It was a good film. I can't say anything bad about it.
I know. And did you see how it was going to end? Did that thing?
Well, I didn't know it was going to happen until it was pretty much going to happen.
Right.
I thought he may have. Well, I'm not going to spoil it. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
But I thought something else might have happened, like just somebody would have left or something like that.
Sure.
But and the way they showed it was artistic.
Yeah.
Because it's always good not to show too much.
Yeah.
The acting from both of them. Bradley Cooper directed this.
I know.
Do you know
And
what?
Lady Gaga, this is a
This is the most I've seen of her. I've
I
heard of
know.
her. You're like, nah, 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 nah. I've heard of her over the years. I've never seen her in anything.
I know.
I've never even seen her face for more than 5 seconds.
I know.
And she was good.
she was, wasn't she?
She was. They were all good, man. Even General Ross from Incredible Hulk, from the Eric Banner one. He was good.
He was good.
Blaming Dave Chappelle. What's he doing in there? And
I
then,
know.
And then Eddie Griffin was in there as well. Like, this film was good.
I know.
But the thing that I found a little bit funny, only for me personally, it wasn't in the film, but Bradley Cooper's voice. His voice was a little bit deeper. He sounded like Rocket Raccoon a little bit. He sounded a little bit like Rocket. I could kind of see where Rocket.
That look kind of like that deepness. Yes. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
he's done a wicked job, man. That's the best film I've seen Bradley Cooper in.
I know, man.
Best film.
I mean,
film.
They're talking about like Oscar here.
I think so. If I was on the Oscar board, I'll put that up for an Oscar. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, I'm 100%. I reckon this will get nominated.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it should do.
And even just getting nominated is like big stuff.
Even that kind of music, I'm not really into it. But I kind of got into. I
know.
And just the way they got together, the way they were singing, the emotion,
outside the shopping centre or whatever it was,
and then the transformation of characters. Do you know what? It's a good film. I'd recommend it again. I'll give it a strong 8.5.
Yeah.
And I'm scared to say 9 only because I don't know why I'm scared, but it's a really good film.
When you say a 9 out of 10, you're talking about a film which is like
next level, like Matrix and all that.
Yeah.
Which in a way, in its own category,
it is
for me. Yeah.
For that type of
you're right,
genre, it is the Matrix
I should
level.
Be more bold. Yeah. In its own category, it is actually a 9.
Yeah.
It's a good film.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. Glad that because when you were shaking your head, I was like, oh shit. He's like, no,
it's a really good film, mate. Yeah. It's a really good film.
And look, this is at number 2. It's taken a lot of money. Just in this week, it took 2 mil.
Yeah, that's good for the UK.
That is, isn't it? It's still kicking ass. But another music orientated movie, the UK's number 1 film is Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah.
Yep.
So
which you reviewed last week.
I reviewed last week. So if you haven't seen the film and you want to listen to the review, go check out episode number 23. And I think as a performance, Rami Malek should definitely be nominated. I think it is a fantastic performance. But as now when I look back, I think to myself, I wonder what the film Sacha Baron Cohen would have made. I wonder. This outlandish, this outrageous, and this deep, profound movie. I reckon it still would have been that. But that doesn't take away anything from his performance. There are missteps in there. It's too kind of like cuddly at the end. Like wrapped up in a nice, neat little box. Okay, fine. There's great bits in there, and that's why I kind of gave. I think I gave it like a 7. I think I said 6.5 or a 7. But yeah, definitely worth a watch there. So that is UK's box office top 10. Now let's move on to what's out on Blu-ray.
Yes, so we've got 2 films on here this week. First one's a mega film that came out in early June. Clever girl. So Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yes.
Which is out now on Blu-ray and DVD. I'm going to definitely watch it again.
Yeah.
Because I did like it. I've only seen it once. So I do kind of...
You do have to watch it as well for the end scene.
Of course, which I keep doing these days. I keep leaving. But
you've got to watch it for the end scene. I mean, it's only like 30 seconds.
I'll watch the whole film again. I will. And then Tag, which is the film I watched, which I actually missed the first 15 minutes. So I definitely
gonna watch it.
Need to watch this again. And I know you haven't seen this.
I haven't seen it, so
you need to see this. It's a funny film,
and it's based on a true story.
Based on a true story. And at the end of the film, stay because you get like bits in the credits where you see the real people. Yeah, like messing around with the tag. And there's a scene in the film where the I think the director loves Predator.
Okay,
because there's a scene in the film where they reenact a scene from Predator in the woods,
right?
And it's quite spot on. The casting, they've got like a Native American guy, they've got a black guy, they've got the sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger guy. Yeah, it's weird how they've got these characters that aren't meant to actually be these characters, but they are. Yeah, and it's like they've got like a Predator type scene, which is wicked. So do watch Tag. It's a funny film, good comedy. Okay, and then new on streaming and trailers. Yeah. So this I guess this week at the moment.
Yeah. So the one film that I want to mention is, I think I sent you the link for this as well. This is called a film. This is like a horror film. This is called The Prodigy. I mean,
Firestarter, the twisted Firestarter.
I know, man. That video is crazy, isn't it?
Now play my game. Love Prodigy.
I know, man. So The Prodigy. Okay, now when you think of Prodigy, what do you think? You think about kind of like a really excellent student.
No, I think of the music like I just done.
Yeah. But also, you think about like a student, like you think about someone who's like a genius or something like that.
Like me, yeah.
Obviously, yeah. But unlike you, the prodigy of this movie is a little bit scary. Now, it starts off, the trailer starts off so slow, really slow. And I don't know what that instrument is called. You know, the
hypnotist and
hypnotism thing.
The thing with the little ball hits one ball and I can't. Yeah, like
there's
kinetic.
that, and then there's another. There was the other one. It's kind of like a dial that goes left and right. So
they use it in hypnosis, don't they? A lot.
They do. And so the film starts off with this therapist. He's talking really nice.
You know, he's the guy that's in. He's in the Chronicles of Riddick. He's the Lord Commander or whatever his name is. Yeah.
So the Lord Commander, he's in this movie, right? And he plays a therapist, and he's talking very sweet, very softly to this child who's, and he's just saying, right, okay, now I want you to close your eyes. I want to speak to the person who's inside of you.
Oh my gosh.
And then, oh my God. So it's you know, it's that film where creepy boy, possessed, therapist, mum who doesn't know what to do, and you're gonna get like bumps, you're gonna get scares. It's a possession film. It's taking over. You know, someone taking over your body. So it's all those films that we've seen before.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of probably done in a different way, and it's called The Prodigy. I mean,
great name. Also, it's I think some of the producers that have worked on this film are producers from Emily Rose. Emily Rose, the
Exorcism of Emily Rose,
is one of the, for me to this day, it's still a film that I won't watch again.
Yeah,
I really like that film because a lot of the film was portrayed in like a retelling, because it's like a court case, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a lot of it was like a retelling, and just the creepiness of that film. Oh man,
the bit where her bones.
I won't watch it again.
Yeah,
I won't watch it again.
It's freak. Seriously,
I won't watch it again.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we've mentioned now before a couple of horror films now. The Weeping Lady, which is the Curse of La Llorona.
Yes.
We mentioned this one, Suspiria. Did we mention Suspiria?
We did, which is out soon, actually.
Which is out soon. So a lot of these films now, they like your scary films. They're coming out there. All right, okay. So what's new on Netflix? I just got to just kind of mention this. This is a classic.
Hey, what's your name?
RoboCop.
No, the end member. He says, "Oh, pal, what's your name?" And he turns and says, Murphy.
Oh shit! And there's
I'll buy that for $1.
I love that. That's a running gag between us lot for years. But I mean, what was the thing? I remember on the game. I remember playing the game.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Protect and serve the innocent, uphold the law. I mean, what RoboCop 87? Paul Verhoeven.
Something like that.
Yeah. Dutch guy. Verhoeven. And when this film came out, man, this was wicked. This was brilliant. This was almost like $6 billion man.
Yeah.
It is like that, isn't it?
And it wasn't 18. I remember some of the killings because the guns, and like when they hit people, bits of their like
flesh,
just blow, like, a bit like Rambo type.
And there's the scene which I thought, and Paul Verhoeven is known for kind of like being like kind of quite graphic, and his films are being, you know, really violent. But the bit where they torture him, so this is for people, if you haven't seen the film, there's a bit in there where the bad people, they torture Murphy, who's the main character who plays the cop. And there's a bit in there where they shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
They blow his hand off. And then after they blow his hand off, the guy turns around and says, "Hey, give the man a hand." I was like, of all the things that you could say to someone.
80s, man. They said that kind of thing. You know,
I know, man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners.
Right. So
Stick around.
Right. Yeah, after having a knife in him. But check this out. I remember this clearly. So this has probably got to be mid-90s. So this is like way after RoboCop was in the cinema on DVD and whatever. ITV decided to show RoboCop on TV, right? And you know the scene where the guy walks into kind of like a convenience store, and there's the like, you know, the Korean person behind the and then he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "give me the effing money," and he doesn't know that RoboCop has kind of sensed that there's a crime going on, so RoboCop goes in there, and in the movie there's a lot of swearing in this scene.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of swearing. Right? There's a lot of swearing in this scene. And they showed it on ITV and they dubbed over the swearing. So the swearing is like, it's like F me, F me, F me. And guess what the dub was? The dub dubbed it over and the guy turns around and says, "Forget me, forget me, forget me."
Serious?
They dubbed it as "forget me."
Who's going to say "forget me"?
Forget
okay,
me.
I'll forget. I'm gone. Forget rubbing your shop.
I always remember, and you know what? They just brutally cut this movie down, like, you know, so that they could show it on TV. But I was like, why? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. It's showing on Netflix. It's out. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a classic 80s movie, and they made a sequel in 89 or 90. And then
RoboCop 2, I like that one.
Yeah, there's RoboCop 2, RoboCop 3.
Oh, 3, forget 3.
Yeah, and the remake, which was 2016, I think.
I think 2014.
Oh, 14 or something like that.
The guy that's in...
Gary Oldman. And
Gary Oldman's in it. I think Samuel L. Jackson's in it as well. He's like
he played the villain.
A monologue kind of bit all the time.
Okay.
And then the guy that's in House of Cards, he was in that Netflix show, that sort of futuristic one. He's like a Swedish-born actor. Swedish-American.
Skarsgård's son.
No, he's not a Skarsgård.
Oh, isn't he?
No, he's something else.
Okay.
He's just him.
Oh, right, okay.
But I forgot his name. But yeah, he's in House of Cards as well.
Altered
Carbon. Yeah, he's in that. That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the main.
And also he was Rick Flag in Suicide Squad.
In Suicide Squad. Him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, check that out. On Amazon is one of my favorite comedy movies. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's like the anti-Christmas movie. This is Bad Santa.
Oh, Bad Santa.
Yeah, this is Bad Santa.
Is that with Billy Bob Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Make you feel good like Billy Bob Thornton.
It's a classic movie for me anyway. When I saw this movie, right, I watched it in cinema. I had to buy it on DVD, and there's an uncut version. So there's a bit which is even more like ruder and whatever. But yeah, Billy Bob Thornton, he plays. He's a drunk. He's addicted to alcohol, but he plays Father Christmas in traveling around towns, shopping malls. By day, he plays Santa Claus, but by night, he robs the damn stores.
Are you serious?
He robs them.
I didn't know that. I still ain't seen it.
Oh man, you're gonna love it. It's got Bernie Mac in it. It's got who else has it got in it? Bernie Mac's in it. It's just brilliant, man. I mean, what can I say? It's just one of those movies. It's the anti. If you are one of those people who are like, oh man, I hate Christmas movies, put Bad Santa on. You're gonna love it.
Okay,
you are gonna love
Christmas is coming as well.
Exactly. So that was Bad Santa.
On Hulu. So they're Kick-Ass now.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Kick-Ass on Amazon.
All right.
Yeah. So,
and this comes from the mind of Vaughn.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Michael Vaughn?
Yeah. No, not Vince Vaughn.
No. Michael Vaughn.
So it stars Aaron something.
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
That's the one, yeah. And Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah.
And massive debuts, like massive film star for Chloe Moretz Grace.
Yes.
Or Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe.
So she's massive. She's going to be in Suspiria actually.
Oh, right. Okay.
Coming up as well. But yeah, so this film, when I first heard of this film, I must admit, in my closed-mindedness, I saw a little girl in some sort of superhero costume and I thought, what's this stupidness?
Yeah.
This ain't going to be serious. This came out in 2010,
yeah,
I believe. And I thought, nah, this is going to be rubbish. I was so wrong.
I know, man.
This film is rated R.
I know.
She blows people up. She
shoots. And
She kills people. She stabs people. They all do. I mean, it's just mad. Basically, the story is of Aaron Taylor Johnson's character who's bullied, I believe, and he wants to stand up for bullies, and he gets his own sort of costume. He goes on the streets and tries to be a vigilante. and he ends up getting beat up, but he still stands up for himself, you know. And then
And
people see this.
There's a lot of realism in that.
Exactly, yeah, there is, and people see this, and he starts to get a following on YouTube or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
And the real kick-ass people, Chloe Grace Moretz and Nicolas Cage, see him, and somehow they all get together. But yeah, it's like it's kind of like a action comedy, but it's got some real killings in it, man.
And it's got some dark moments in there as well.
Nicolas Cage's
bit.
Yeah,
that's
real
quite dark.
Real dark.
And this film was controversial because you had Chloe. I think she was only 12 years old at the time.
Oh, is
12,
it? Okay.
13.
Okay.
But so there were a lot of F-bombs, but also the C-bomb.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never understand that. Why is a C-bomb so much worse than anything else?
Because in America, it's like so so profane. It's just like, you know what?
Because that's what Erica said. When I spoke to Erica, she said in America,
big no-no.
Yeah, because I think we went to a comedy show.
Yeah.
And they said the C word in that. Yeah. And she didn't like it. And I was like, what? She's like, oh yeah, that's like you shouldn't say that's a big word.
Yeah.
And but I didn't understand why that word is so much worse than like just saying pussy. Yeah. For example, or the F-bomb.
I know.
Because it's kind of like it means the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
As saying pussy.
Yeah.
But for some reason it's worse.
It's worse.
I don't use it, but I'm just saying it's like I don't understand. I don't know.
No, but I know, and it's so funny because I've had these conversations with people, and then whenever it turns up in a movie, my ears prick up, and I'm like, oh my god, they just use that because in America culturally they do not use that word.
Okay.
And then when I heard that in Kick-Ass, and then she says it, and she's a young girl. I was like, "Whoa, man! They've taken it to a level."
Yeah.
You know, so
that's when you know the film's serious, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. Next level. 12-year-old is saying the C word. Yeah. But yeah, great film.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's out. What else is out, Duval?
Yeah, so Homecoming, which we mentioned, Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
it's an Amazon series that started. It's actually already on Amazon. It's already started
a couple of days ago. 2 days
ago. And it's meant to be quite good. I've not seen it yet. But it's meant to be about something linked to the military. So I think she's like a psychologist there for people that suffer post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah, syndrome, PTSD, disorder. Sorry, post-traumatic stress disorder. And she goes into this sort of environment, this session to help people overcome that. And then something happens to her where she doesn't remember. She loses a lot of memory or something. Yeah. And it stems from actually a podcast, like a real life podcast. Oh, some sort of true to life sort of events in this.
Wow.
But it sounds interesting.
Maybe she's connected. Maybe she doesn't know that she was an assassin or something.
Who knows? Could be like a Blackbriar kind of situation, Treadstone situation. You know, so. But yeah, it sounds interesting. Yeah, and Julia Roberts, she's been, I think she's been raising her family or something for a while, and she doesn't do as many projects as she used to. So,
but when she got hold of this one, she was like jumped at the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
and
what
next
else?
You've got 28 Days Later on Hulu. So usually you order something in the post back in the day, off cereal boxes. You want that little toy, you collect your tokens, and you send away for it, and it says that you'll receive this in 28 days, and then instead you get a zombie turn up at your door.
Exactly.
But yeah, 28 Days Later, 2002. Naomi Watts.
That's right.
Naomi Harris. Sorry,
Naomi Harris,
different
future
Naomi.
James Bond star.
Yes, exactly. And then you got Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
future like
Batman, like
Scarecrow, Inception, like wicked actor.
Peaky Blinders.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've also got what's his name? That used to be. He was in Doctor Who, wasn't he? And he was also in Thor: The Dark World.
Eccleston.
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston.
A lot of stars in there. But yeah, so this is the first zombie film that I ever watched where the zombies are running.
Yeah.
And for me, that made me that
something that we haven't seen, right?
Yeah. Zombies usually walk around, you can dodge them. This one, they were running at you. Yeah. They saw you, they heard you, that just changes everything.
I know.
That changes the dynamic. Imagine The Walking Dead with running zombies.
I know. They
wouldn't last.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the decimation of everyone. Last.
Like, even what's his name, Carl, he wouldn't have grown up.
No, I'm telling you. Yeah, and the little kid.
Yeah, none of them will survive if these zombies could run. But yeah, this is out on Hulu, so get to watching.
Go check it out. Watch the zombiness.
Exactly. So
all right, and now
we have Anniversary Corner.
Right. Okay. So Anniversary Corner, ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
And you know what we have got.
We got a mixture. I did try to mix it up. I put because for the guys that have just tuned in for the first time, Anniversary Corner, we put films on that have been that are milestones in like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and whatever it may be. Have a quick chat about them. But this one I put on last week, but I took off because last week had a theme, Halloween theme. So I put Johnny English back on because he's currently in the top 10 charts.
Exactly.
So 10 years ago and 10 years now.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's
Johnny English Part 1.
Exactly.
And for the life of me, I can't remember this.
Neither can I.
I cannot
I never
remember
watched
this.
it.
Yeah. I think I might have seen a bit of it and I might have just kind of turned off it because I wasn't like, you know, I'm not a big fan of Johnny English.
Yeah, I'll be honest. But so, I mean, the character, he is an institution in Britain. He's like the Joker, James Bond. Yeah. You know? And
inept.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a fool basically.
Yeah, a bit like, do you know who he reminds me of? Inspector Gadget. Because Inspector Gadget was like a inspector or a crime fighter.
And the stuff's coming out of his...
But he had no clue. Remember Penny and the dog done most of the work.
They were solving all the crime. He
just stumbled across things and claimed credit.
And I think it was Matthew Broderick did a film version. Yeah. But I mean, come on, I'm sure Disney will get something.
Something happening again. Inspector Gadget, I mean... Yeah, so basically Johnny Bean's like Inspector Gadget without the gadgets.
Yeah, basically. But miraculously, he solves the he solves the puzzle at the end of the day.
And gets the girl.
Yeah. All right, now this film I have seen.
Yes, I put this on here. The rest of the films now follow a theme of sort of kung fu type films, so we can honour our fallen sensei, who was Raymond Chow.
You know what? A big shout out to you, man, for putting these films on there. I love that. That is brilliant.
No problem, man. No problem.
So let's kick this off.
Yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1, 15 years, 2003, man. I remember going to cinema for this one.
Yep.
Cinema was packed. I didn't really know much about it. I think I saw a trailer or two. And when I went in there and saw this, it was like, and again, this honours people like Bruce Lee with a yellow sort of jumpsuit kind of thing. Yeah. This film was crazy. Mad. Different chapters. The was that crew called again? The Viper crew or something. Yeah. Vivica Fox and
Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean,
classic, man.
So many levels. I still think that Vivica Fox's daughter is still out there, man.
Oh, I'm so she's still out there because she said to her, that. When you grow up, and when you understand. If you still have a problem with this and you want to talk about it, I'll be waiting or something like that. Yeah. And that just shows you that, you know what, she grows up, she becomes an assassin and she wants revenge.
And do you know who's going to play her? Zazie Beetz.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? I'm writing to Tarantino now. Let's make this shit happen.
Co-creators.
Happen, man.
We
Zazie Beetz, you're hearing this. I know Zazie Beetz listens to the show.
Exactly.
Zazie Beetz, you got this, yeah? You got it, yeah? You got it.
Come
I swear
on,
she looks like her.
Man.
She looks like her. That's her.
Man, the way that scene, I thought, you know what, is just absolutely brilliant. That fight scene in the kitchen, there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of dialogue, then there's a lot of action, and there's backstory. And then you have like, there's stuff with the sensei.
Yep.
There's like a few little bits in there.
Yep.
And for me though, there's two kind of scenes, right? So the fight scene in Japan.
Yeah, the dojo with the crazy 88
Crazy 88s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. And you know what? Here's a little bit of fun fact for you, Deval and ladies and gentlemen. You know, there's a scene in there where she starts to fight and then she pops two guys' eyes out and then the colour changes, black and white. And you know why that was?
Because they ran out of colour.
No, it's because it was too violent. They had to do it.
Oh, the red.
The red. They had to make it black and white. But here's the other kicker. In America, it's in colour.
Are you serious?
And in Japan, in the version that they released in Japan, it's in colour as well.
Is it?
Yeah. But that's the reason why.
For me, that makes it more artistically better. But they did it for censoring reasons.
For censoring reasons, because it was too much blood.
Do you know what? For me, actually, it makes it better, black and white, because it's almost like you've taken out some of our vision as an audience.
Exactly.
We interact with what's going on.
And there's so many bits in there which are brilliant. And
I know that move, you know. I've done that move before.
You did it last week.
I've done that move before. I know that move.
It's brilliant. I love that movie. And then to the top, so there's that fight scene. She's chopping off limbs. She's chopping off feet. She's chopping off legs. And you know what? There's a crazy like bodyguard with her ball and chain who comes after her, and I just thought this is brilliant. The fight director,
yeah, the girl, the little schoolgirl,
the little schoolgirl.
Gosh.
The fight director of Kill Bill was a kung fu legend, Yun Wu Ping.
Yep.
Who did Matrix.
Yep.
Who did Drunken Master, who did all the Jackie Chan films. And I was like, this is wicked. Tarantino, he's showing the respect, you know? And I was just like so happy to see this. And then after all of that happens, right, after all of that, there's a fight scene in the courtyard, in the garden. The music, the water, dialogue between the bride, Uma Thurman, and what's her name?
And Michelle, not Michelle. we know her name. We know her name. It'll come to us.
She directed an episode of Iron Fist just recently.
Yeah, she did.
And it's like, you know, she's like, who do you think you are? Like, you know, pretty little white girl comes over to here and like, you know, you're going to kick ass. Oh man, that fight scene is wicked. I love this movie, Kill Bill, ladies and gentlemen. Go out and watch it.
Heavy film. And for me, another good bit is the part when the animation part. The animation part was wicked.
I love this, man. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah, wicked part. It's just, I mean,
how
do you just have a film that just turns into animation and goes back? It's just the part where she's under the bed and all the blood's sort of coming down and it's like, it's almost like she's weeping. She's weeping blood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like weeping blood. And then and then it follows on from there and her relationship with the sort of dojo, or the person that made the sword. What's the sword called again? It was
Hattori Hanzo.
Hattori Hanzo. Oh, shit. Man. Hattori Hanzo. Damn. That sword is wicked.
I know, man. I know.
But now, Kill Bill for me is one of the greats. Like, for me, it's my favorite Tarantino film.
It is
for sure.
And I remember watching an interview of him. He said, "You know what? After I can't remember."
Lou. Sorry.
Jeez,
Here we go. Lucy. Sorry, Lucy.
Yeah, sorry, Lucy. And I just quickly, briefly, he said after I can't remember what he made before Kill Bill. And he was looking at projects and he said, you know what, he really loves the old kind of like the, you know, kung fu movies, you know, from Japan and stuff. And he's like, right, okay. He said to himself, he asked himself this question. He said, all right, Quentin Tarantino, if you're good, let's see you go out and make an action movie. Let's see you go out and make a kung fu movie that will live alongside the greats of all those other ones. And you know what, I think he has.
And it works because Kill Bill's a bit like, it reminds me of, you know, like the Crouching Tiger, them kind of like white bearded kind of Shaolin master people that can jump on a branch and float around and stuff. That's what it was like. And the sound effects and everything.
Exactly. Well,
the manga style as well. You know, when someone got sliced and the blood comes off or an arm comes off, and
I know
that's manga style.
Or David Carradine, who plays Bill.
Yeah.
He was in that show from the 70s called Kung Fu.
Kung Fu, yes,
that's
yes,
him.
Yeah.
But have a guess who that was supposed to be originally?
Tarantino.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
But why didn't they give it to Bruce Lee?
He died.
No.
Oh.
Too Asian looking for American audiences.
Okay.
The whole racism thing.
The whitewashing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was the whole thing. So
man.
Tarantino wanted to bring him in and blah 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 and like, you know,
Kung Fu
man. This is
gosh.
like, you know, So that's Kill Bill.
Kill Bill 15 years ago, and then Rush Hour.
What another movie?
1998. It came on TV recently, and I watched a bit of it.
Yeah.
And
the banter between those two, wicked.
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, just back in those days, Jackie Chan's English wasn't the best, but he still delivered.
It,
you know,
yeah.
Some of the funniest bits of this film, the outtakes. There's outtakes
on the plane.
On the plane when someone's phone's ringing or something, and there's just
wicked. It's brilliant.
This film, I mean, it's got Jet Li was in the later one, wasn't he?
He was in
Rush Hour 3 or something. I'm thinking
that was Lethal Weapon 4.
Getting mixed up, yeah. But it didn't have the girl from Crouching Tiger in it? Was that Rush Hour or something else?
That was number 2.
Number 2, okay.
That was number 2.
That was Zhang Jing, or I forgot her name. The one that went for the Green Destiny. I used to like her, you know, she's good.
Her legs kicking like,
Trust me.
Man, wicked.
She reminds me of a few characters from, like, there's a character in Soul Calibur if they made a Soul Calibur film, she's
I'm
in
sure
it,
they
mate.
will.
She's in it, mate.
Yeah,
trust me.
Yeah. But yeah, Rush Hour, what a film! And that was the film that just before he made Rush Hour, he made this film called Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh yeah, I remember that film. Of course, yeah.
And that
wasn't made in the Bronx, though, was it?
No, it was made in Canada. And it made a shitload of money. And then Brett Ratner was like, "Hey man, we got to bring Jackie to Hollywood."
That was like the US kind of test, wasn't it? 'Cause
Exactly.
Before that, it's like very successful, mostly in China, but I think Rumble in the Bronx showed the US and the Western audience that
Who
this guy
is
like, he should be treated like how he should be treated, which
with
is
respect.
like, exactly.
But I'm so glad you brought that one. Yeah,
man. Next we got Iron Monkey, 1993.
And this is with
Donnie Yen.
Oh,
Donnie Yen, yeah. And in the Hidden Gems, there's another Donnie Yen film, but Donnie Yen, there's something about him. Even before he throws a punch or swings a kick, his face is telling you,
it's coming. Run out the
He's got
way,
this
run.
look in his face, that tells you don't mess, because
this guy is, and we spoke about Donnie Yen because of Yip Man.
Yeah, which is coming up.
Yeah. And this is like
which
this guy
derives from the person who taught Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So there's a link everywhere.
All connected.
There's a link.
Flixters. And the thing is, like with Iron Monkey, I remember this because you have
Iron Monkey.
What
Okay,
a
just
thing.
stop there for a second, yeah. For a split second, yeah. Think of a monkey, yeah. Think
Strong
of a monkey.
anyway, right? Exactly.
And then think of an
Iron
iron one,
monkey.
yeah. Because you already know about Iron Man. We've seen Iron Man, yeah?
Exactly.
And we've seen the Iron Giant. We've also seen the Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher. But no one's seen the Iron Monkey.
Iron Lady.
No one's seen the Iron Monkey, mate. The day you see an Iron Monkey, it's lullaby,
you
yeah?
run. Just
Lullaby.
run when you see an
lullaby,
Iron Monkey.
mate. You're out.
This is
Look at
wicked.
the Iron Monkey style. Like,
Jumping on the tree, like, the tail.
mad flexibility, just swinging around, be like Iron Monkey style. I don't know how to describe it. Iron Monkey, you're gone.
I know, man.
Trust me. Iron Man, Iron Lady, blimmin' Iron Giant. We even had Iron Maiden. But Iron Monkey, mate. Iron Monkey, Donnie Yen.
Oh, man. Go
Don't
watch his film.
ramp.
Yeah.
Don't ramp.
And this guy's still kicking, making films, man. He turned up in Star Wars.
Yeah. Rogue One.
Rogue One.
The blind guy that could
Kick
still,
ass.
Exactly. With no force.
Yeah. Oh shit, man. All right,
Crazy.
brilliant. That's Iron Monkey, ladies and gents. And finally,
Bloodsport.
God,
Bloodsport. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bolo.
oh my
That man,
God. Bolo
Bolo's
from, and he was in
but he was in Dragon. Oh, what's it called? The Bruce Lee film.
Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon. Yeah, he was in that as well. And who did he?
He's always like a baddie, innit?
I know. Well, he's got that face, innit?
Yeah, he's
Like,
got the baddie face. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, you know.
but he just plays
He's
a villain.
really nice. I'm sure, like off camera, he's all like, "Hello, hi guys. Yes, so I am Bolo, and just so you know, I'm a really nice guy. Yeah, I made some cookies and some brownies. Yeah,
Would you like some?
got some marshmallows for later. We're gonna roast together around the fire, but." When the director says action, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean?
It's so true.
He transforms.
But Bolo, man, this thing. And you know what I love about Bloodsport? There's a bit in there where, is it powder or flour or something?
Yeah.
And he does that thing, right? Oh my God. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is just like... There's
These
a meme.
80s films,
there's
man.
80s films. But I think now... apparently this is his character is supposed to be it's based on a true real person, Frank Dux or something, who did enter in this tournament.
Okay.
So so 80s Jean-Claude Van Damme, I mean,
he was gangster then, wasn't he?
He was big.
Yeah.
This guy was raking in
Naksu Cow.
Tong Po, Dong Bo, Big Dong, you name it.
Warrior. Kickboxer. Warrior.
Oh my gosh,
Naksu Cow.
Naksu
I'm still
Cow.
waiting for that Naksu Cow moment, you know, when someone does something, I can just shout it out. And someone in the crowd would be like, what's he saying?
Naksu Cow.
I'll just come and say, white. warrior.
But it's so funny when she goes, she goes, Naksuka.
Yeah.
Naksuka. And then it went, Naksuka. Brilliant, man. Van Damme at his best.
Yeah,
but you know what? I've got to say one thing, right? For me, Van Damme's best film.
Okay, hold on.
You know what I'm going to say.
Do I know what you're going to say? Is it that documentary he done? No.
That's
meant to be
JCVD.
really good. Yeah,
that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me think. Not Time Cop, no. Time Cop, is it? Okay.
It's time travel. I love time travel movies.
You do. Yeah.
Man, come
it's
on.
the splits in the kitchen, isn't it?
Oh, but this guy
Oh my
in the
gosh.
90s, right? He was up there with
Yeah, I know.
Stallone,
Yeah.
with Schwarzenegger, with
Yeah,
Bruce Willis. This guy was big.
That's why he had to show him in Expendables. He had to have a place in Expendables.
Exactly. But I mean, Bloodsport. I mean, what is it? It's like it was filmed in China, Hong Kong, wasn't it?
I'm not sure where. It was Hong Kong, Thailand, Malaysia.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Somewhere around there.
Forrest Whitaker is in it as well.
Was he?
Forrest, remember he plays the FBI agent and they're chasing him.
Okay.
So I mean, come on, man. Good old Forrest is in there.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. But that is, what year was that? That was 1988.
1988. Yeah. Some people listening weren't even. They wouldn't have been born then.
No, and they're like, what? Blood?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Jean-Claude Van Damme? Who? Like, you know. But yeah, thanks for that
The
one.
guy from the Cools advert.
The beer advert. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right.
Cool,
So that's
okay.
Anniversary Corner. Now let's move on to a couple of film reviews.
Okay.
And we've been wanting to speak about this for a little while now. So this is a Netflix exclusive movie, and it stars Natalie Portman, and it stars Isaac.
Omar Isaacs.
Omar Isaacs.
Otherwise known as Apocalypse.
And he's been in some great movies. This
apart
guy, apart from Apocalypse, he has been in some great movies. And
Rogue One, he was in, wasn't he?
He was in Rogue.
Was it Rogue One? No, sorry, no. He's in
Star Wars.
He's in Star Wars. Sorry, yeah, he's in the main Force Awakens and
Force Awakens
second
and-
one as well. Yeah.
He was in Drive. He was in Robin Hood, the Russell Crowe one.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
he's been
was
around for a while then,
This
isn't it?
guy's been making films, and he's in a really fantastic sci-fi movie called Ex
Machina.
He's
He's got the beard in it. He's
got the beard in
the
it.
dancing like Elon Musk kind of guy, isn't
Exactly. So he's in that one. So he's really good.
he? Yeah.
He's really good. So he's in this movie as well. And the film that we're talking about or going to talk about is called Annihilation.
Not Avengers Annihilation.
But when you just think of Annihilation, that's total decimation.
Yeah.
That's nothing surviving.
Yeah.
So the premise of this movie is Omar Isaacs, or Oscar Isaac, whatever it is. He plays a Marine. He plays a vet. He gets sent into some top secret military mission. Natalie Portman plays his wife.
Yeah. Who's also like, she's a scientist and military as well.
Yeah,
and
she for 7 years she was in the army and everything, and that's quite key also here. And so it's kind of seen in flashbacks. So we see the relationship between these two people. She's like, come on, like what's going on? Like, you know, where are you going? And he's like, hey, look, I've got this mission and blah blah blah. I can't really tell you, and you know what? We're going to see each other again and blah blah blah. He goes away for a year. He comes back
with a kid. Sorry,
not with a kid, but he comes back a changed person. There's something off about this character. And she starts asking him questions like, where were you? What happened? And like, you know, is everything okay? And he's like, who are you again? I don't remember you. I remember you, but I don't remember you. This is what your name is. And she's like, right, okay, look, we got to send him basically like, you know, get him checked out. And he gets quarantined, right? And then what the story then takes place is that she wants to find out what happened to to her husband, and what does she do? She wants to go into the heart of danger, basically.
Yeah.
What is that thing called that's covering the whole universe, or covering
the shimmer?
The shimmer.
Yeah, shimmer. Who's got the keys
to my bimmer? But you're right. It's this shimmer. It's this thing that's covering the whole planet.
Yeah, it looks like a force field of some sort.
Yeah.
Some sort of just presence that.
And slowly, it's taking over.
Yeah, it's growing.
It's growing bigger and bigger. So Natalie Portman then decides to go into the shimmer with like about 4 or 5 other women. Oh, and it's got who else?
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah. This girl, man, she's appearing in everything at the moment.
The shimmer is in like a sort of forestry kind of jungle type area. It's not in a city to start with, is it?
Yeah.
I think that's where it began, and then it's growing from there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they go into the shimmer and they see, like, what kind of impressed me was like the vibrancy, the color. You know, the how this thing or whatever it is, because we don't know what it is. It's kind of, it's planted itself in the earth, and things are growing. New species are being discovered, and to the point where they encounter an animal which is a cross between a crocodile and a shark or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's taken on two characteristics of two animals that usually can't coexist and can't breed.
Yeah, but whatever this thing is, it's doing this to basically to nature, and Natalie Portman wants to find out, and the film is about this journey into the unknown, really.
Yeah.
All right, so that's basically how we can describe that. She finds the unknown, something happens, and it left me thinking, shit, do I need to watch this film again?
Probably.
I'd need to kind of just
Probably.
figure out, because there's so many different layers to this movie, right? So, in terms of visual and in terms of kind of the acting and the directing, it's great.
Really good. It was like the film had so many, for me, I love my science fiction. But this film presented so many scientific sort of anomalies and concepts and questions that made you really, again, question the presence of two breeds, you know, two different species breeding or having an outcome from maybe an alligator or a bird. It's like something crazy.
Yeah.
Also the plant life, because they had specialists in biology, they had a military specialist, they had like a leader, they had a scientist, they had different, there's four in the group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they all had different specialisms to bring. So when they came across different situations, they could overcome it. And it was just weird that, like you said, the plant life was just mutated.
Yeah.
They didn't understand how certain things could be. And the way some of the animals and the vegetation would interact with them. I remember them walking across like a bush that represented humans.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the trees or the vegetation was then mimicking human form.
Yeah.
And it would change when they walked towards it and stuff like that. It was crazy, but the science behind this film is something that sounds and looks really weird, but who knows if there are planets in, well, outer space somewhere that have this sort of level of intelligent, you know, vegetation.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it just made me think about, like, you know, weird, like right now people are doing a lot of experiments. You know, geneticists, they are experimenting with gene, like, you know, they are breaking down genes and they kind of maybe matching gene cells with other animals to solve health problems.
Yeah. Or make up other problems or warfare and stuff like that.
Well, exactly. There's that as well. So on a number of levels, it kind of made me think about a couple of questions, like, well, okay, where are we going? She's going deeper and deeper into the forest. And as a human race, where are we going when it comes to biology and, you know, genetics?
Yeah.
And are we just going through the rabbit hole? Are we going to change in the next 100 years? Yeah. Are we going to still have 2 arms, 2 legs, or are we going to be flipping crossbreeding with who, God knows what?
It's true. It's so right. And it's like, it could be evolution that's natural. So like talking about Darwinism and how you evolve with your surroundings and how you evolve with the things you interact with. Why do we have 2 legs? Why do we have 2 eyes? Why are we, you know, certain skin textures or whatever? And animals as well. Animals evolve for their surroundings. Why is a giraffe's neck so tall?
Yeah.
So it can see above the vegetation, the sort of the bushes, before, so it can look out for prey.
Yeah.
You know, why can a cheetah run so fast, but only for so long? Because, you know, it has to stop because it overheats and all kinds of different things. And who knows if in 100 years time, 200 years time, my thumb could be longer because of the devices that we use.
Yeah.
I need to scroll a lot more.
Exactly.
And I need to reach the whole screen.
Yeah.
Evolution may think, oh, this person, you know, humankind struggles, so let's move the thumb up.
Yeah.
Let's, you know, maybe we need another eye because we're always looking at our screens. We need another eye on the side of our face because we need to look where we're going because we're walking. looking at our Instagram too much. It's true.
It's so true.
There's so many ways that we could evolve.
2 eyes down, 1 eye ahead.
Exactly. It's like, it's weird. It sounds weird.
I know.
But millions of years ago, we were different to what we are now.
Yeah.
And we've evolved to match our surroundings, evolution.
Yeah.
So,
and this film, it kind of like,
it deals with evolution.
It poses those questions. And then there is a bit in there where I thought, right, okay, this is, you know, she finds the source of what this is. And the one thing that, and I always kind of thought to myself, all right, is the force or whatever it is it benevolent or is it malevolent? Right, okay, is it good or is it bad? And there's one line at the end of the movie, well, not right at the end, but it's kind of right at the end of the movie where the thing says annihilation. So, and I'm thinking, so it was malevolent or what? Or
I said it's context because, like, I guess it depends on what it's doing and where it's doing it. Because what it's doing, it's doing it. It's doing what's meant to do. It's growing. It's adapting to its surroundings.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, the annihilation that it is carrying out is, in its eyes, improving its surroundings.
Yeah.
So its version of annihilation for them is good. It means for us, we have to change. We don't want to change. In a way, it's annihilation for us because we become the species that has to conform to a new way of life, as it were.
Yeah.
So it's annihilation on both counts.
Sure.
But like for us, like if we're building flats in a certain area in I don't know, wherever, London, because immigration and we need more flats for more people, we're gonna, you know, flatten off a little field.
Yeah.
Those animals on that field, those insects, are gonna see annihilation as we've come and we've decimated their space.
Yeah.
But the people that are gonna come and live there, for them it's you know, it's prosperous. It's a housing or whatever. So I think the annihilation in this respect, for us, I think the annihilation is, you know, it's going to literally be annihilation in the way we see it.
Yeah.
For the life form or whatever the shimmer is, it's prosperous. It's giving new version, a new way of life that has to adapt to a new surrounding.
Yeah.
Which is something that always happens. Look at the Europeans when they went and made annihilation in I don't know, in America or,
of course,
or wherever. So annihilation is different. Yeah, depending on where you come from.
Yeah, no, but it's a proper deep film, which I think you'd like. You know, if you got to concentrate a bit, or you might miss something. But visually, I thought it was really stunning, and it was directed by Alex Garland.
Alex Garland,
Alex Garland, who directed Ex Machina as well,
or Ex Machina, whatever.
Ex Machina, yeah. So it's definitely kind of one of these films. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was an interesting piece of work. I
was surprised that it came straight to Netflix. I thought it may go to the cinema. I was expecting to see it in the cinema
on a big screen,
and then one day I just saw it on Netflix. I was like, oh, okay,
yeah,
and that was that. So yeah,
I don't know if it did well or
I don't know,
or if it was critically acclaimed or anything like that. But I just thought there's a lot of interesting things in there, and the twist at the end is interesting because it also means that there's something beyond, something else is going to happen.
Yeah, I think something like this needed a longer film, or maybe a mini series of 2 parts, because I think there's so much more to unpack with this film.
Yeah,
I don't think they had enough time to do it. Hour and 40 or whatever it was, not enough time, mate.
I know,
needed more.
Yeah,
but yeah, so. Okay, cool. Annihilation. So what would you give it? I mean, I would give it a good 7.5 for me.
Yeah, me too. I'd agree with that.
I like the concept. I like the portrayal, the acting, the special effects. I can't really fault it too much. I just needed a bit more.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got enough.
Yeah, it's not like your gung-ho type of like a sci-fi film where you go in like, you know, guns blazing type thing. It's a real kind of thought provoker.
Yeah.
You got to take your time with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You ask questions and it asks questions of you.
Yeah.
So if you like that, then go check it out.
Exactly.
All right, what else have we got?
The Night Comes for Us.
What a title.
This is a film that we've been meaning to review for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And this film is, I still
haven't seen it.
I saw it last night.
Yeah.
And it's got our friend Uko Oase from The Raid, and who was also recently in Mile 22.
Mile 22.
And he also popped up in Force Awakens, actually, on the Millennium Falcon. But, oh man. Okay, I'm going to just start off with a few comments. I'm not going to, I'll be honest, there's not much of a great story behind this.
Yeah.
And there doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
This is, okay, I've seen The Raid.
Right.
Yeah. But this is probably the most violent film I've seen in my life.
Okay, I've got to just, that's it.
That's all I'm going to
tonight.
say. This is probably the most violent film I've seen in my life.
Whoa.
And I've seen The Raid.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I've seen Hostel or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I mean, Hostel is a different kind of violence, but this, oh man.
Bone crunching, neck breaking, arm
People
locking.
are getting shot up, stabbed, cut, sliced, blown up. I can only imagine the amount of litres of fake blood they used in this film. And also, again, this film presented some of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the most resilient people.
Wow.
I mean, people are getting stabbed 4, 5, 6 times and they're still fighting. It's a proper, it's like
Michael
typical,
Myers.
yeah. They are a bunch of Michael Myers. It's typical movie stuff.
Yeah.
That's a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, because if you're getting stabbed up 6 times.
Enough times they're getting stabbed, you know, and they're still fighting with like full force.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this film, oh man, it's just basically, I'll give you a rough premise of what it's about. I'm going to spoil it for you, I know you want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it, yeah.
But it's about, it's based in,
is he a villain in this, or?
I'm not going to say.
All right,
I'm not going to say, but it's based in Malaysia. Jakarta, I think, is mentioned in the film.
Yeah.
And it's about, and they say this in the film, but in the beginning sort of credits. So just obviously, some of the credits are a bit fast sometimes. I have to pause it to read. Maybe I'm a slow reader, but so it talks about the triads and there's different gangs and stuff like that, and that's the premise of these people. They're not good people, to be honest.
Yeah.
And things happen. Disruptions happen. Arguments happen within the factions, and it causes war, basically.
Right.
So that's that. But yeah, there's not much of a story, you know.
Yeah.
There is a story, but it's just the story we could have written out in 10 minutes.
Right. Wow.
But it's fighting.
So
it's
basically
fighting.
a physical, like one of those films, physical, and it relies on the lead actors to take us on that journey.
Yeah, and there's so many like people that people are just getting chopped up. There's lots of axes. There's lots of funny looking knives. There's some really like hot women in it that can fight.
Wow.
And there's different uses. There's English is spoken in it. The native language, I'm not sure what it's called. It's Chinese, Japanese are spoken English. There's a bit of English spoken in it.
Wow.
So at times the subtitles disappear and it's English.
Yeah.
But you're not sure why they're speaking English because the next second they'll start speaking their native language. There's no reason for them to
be speaking in English.
Yeah, apart from when I saw the credits represented people from the native country. I saw like English or American names in there.
Right.
I saw a French name in there. I saw a Chinese. So maybe the producer said, "Oh yeah, we want our language in there."
Just chuck a few languages
sort
in
of
there.
thing. So
like,
I don't know why it kind of mixed up a bit, but all I can say is with this review, without giving away the story, which isn't much to be honest. I mean, it's violent.
Okay.
There's people. There's a scene basically where someone gets his head machine gunned.
Oh.
He gets his head machine gunned. Another person gets blown up with a grenade. A person gets stabbed in their forearm, near where their elbow is, and then the knife is pulled.
Oh my
the
God.
knife is pulled down towards their hand.
The most painful. Oh,
it's
God.
like it just gets they get stabbed in.
That's like medieval.
They pull it down. I mean, these people, you got to be superhuman sometimes to do some of the stuff that you see because it's not easy to just do some of the things that I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
Like stabbing someone through the head or just stabbing someone down the back and ripping out their belly.
Just stabbing someone.
Yeah, it's just, but it's just the most violent film I've seen in my life.
So basically, this film is depicting like the most extreme,
unrealistic,
acts of violence, but it's entertaining though.
Oh, 100%.
Oh man, wicked!
It's entertaining. The fights, they're going for long sometimes, man.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I find in this, that I find with a lot of karate films, is
I love you say karate film.
Well, what?
No, but it is karate.
What?
It just cracks out you say karate films.
What am I supposed to say?
It reminds me of like Ross from Friends when he said karate.
Is
like,
it?
Yeah, like martial arts films.
Oh, the martial arts.
Yeah.
I call them karate films. The thing that happens a lot is that, say me and you were fighting, and there's a whole room of baddies. Let's say I'm the goodie.
Yeah.
And you're the baddie, for example,
Yeah.
and you've got your whole crew,
Yeah.
and we're fighting. What
are they
just
doing?
sort of seem to wait around. But they're sort of moving because they can't just stand still. So they're kind of moving, shuffling around, not doing much. Like doing sometimes you see like, you think to yourself, hold on a second.
When he's facing that way, he can get kicked that way.
They should all realistically be able to just storm him at once, and he should have no chance. But I get it. It's an unwritten rule. Otherwise, there'll be no film.
Exactly.
But they do there are some points where they handle that well because they can, some of these guys are so skillful, they can like fight 3 or 4 at one time.
But this is why I like The Raid. I'm not sure if you remember The Raid Part 2. There's a scene where he's in the cubicle. Now, you can't fit more than 3 people in the cubicle, right? So what happens is they start coming one after another. He starts bashing them in and breaking them and blah, 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 like that, right? So that I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But you're right. If it's in kind of like a bit open space.
Yeah, and they've got all axes and knives and everything.
Throw one at him.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, all I can say is watch this film. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours.
Okay,
It's
so
a good
you're getting your money's worth.
entertainment. Yeah, good. I'll give it a good 8.
Oh, wicked!
I'll give it a good 8. Shit story.
Yeah,
but fighting.
Just watch
next
it
level
for that.
fighting. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch
next
that.
level fighting. Okay.
All right, that takes us on to Slaughterhouse Rules, a film which I saw. I think this was on Wednesday, so I was able to kind of like catch this, and I looked at. I didn't know anything about this movie. Didn't know it was coming. I just had a look and I thought, oh, okay, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. It's got one of the guys from Peaky Blinders in it as well. Okay. I thought, you know what? Yeah.
Michael Sheen's in it as well, yeah?
Michael Sheen, who doesn't put a step wrong, basically. He's like a really good actor. But for me, the draw was Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And I thought, okay, it might be kind of like a bit of a Shaun of the Dead type of a film.
Hot Fuzz kind of vibe.
That vibe to it. Okay, so basically the setup is this. I think his name is Finn Cole. He plays, I don't even remember what his name is, but just say Finn. His mum wants him to go to a really, really prestigious private school called Slaughterhouse.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So this is called Slaughterhouse. And she's like, hey, like, you know what? I got the brochure for you and have a look. And he's like, Mum, it's called Slaughterhouse. What the hell? So I thought to myself, this is interesting. You know, we're in on it as well. It's called Slaughterhouse, but the mum is quite keen on him to go. So lo and behold, he ends up at Slaughterhouse. And it's got the kid who plays his roommate, Asa Butterfield.
Oh, Asa Butterfield, yeah. He was tipped to be Spider-Man for quite a while.
So wow. Okay. So Asa
Butterfield.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Asa Butterfield. Sorry, Asa Butterfield. He's his roommate, and we find out that he's going.
Is he British?
He's British.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. This all British cast.
Oh.
So Asa Butterfield, and he was in Hugo. Did you ever see that?
Didn't watch it, but I know the film.
Yeah, and so he plays his roommate, and you know what? You get introduced to these characters. You got the prefects who are. They're basically like wardens, like they're like prisoners, prison wardens.
Yeah.
Like you can't do this, you can't do that, and like slap on the wrist, bend over, slap your bum, type of thing like that, right? So everything is ramped up, like to number 11, like on this thing. It's a mixture of, like you could say, imagine if it was like Harry Potter versus like Scum. Okay. Do you remember that film Scum?
Yeah.
Kind of like liken it to something like that. There's a few funny bits here and there, a few characters. Story prods along where there's fracking going on.
Okay, actual fracking.
Okay. Fracking is going on the grounds of the school. And they're digging. And the digging creates this massive hole. Now, out of the hole...
The dead and the demons and all that.
Comes out something unholy and unwanted, which then wreaks havoc on the whole school. That's your plot. That is the plot, right? I've got to say, I was watching the movie and I was thinking to myself, I should be enjoying this film.
Oh my gosh.
I should be enjoying this film. And instead, I was looking at my phone.
Serious?
And I never do that.
Oh my gosh.
I never do that.
So Slaughterhouse did not rule.
It was slaughtering me, mate.
Oh my gosh.
Simon Pegg... he's funny. He's got, obviously, this is Simon Pegg, and when he's on, you want to watch him, and Nick Frost is in it as well. And Nick Frost, I was like, okay, come on, you could have done a better role than this. And Michael Sheen or Martin Sheen or wherever his name is, so over the top and so camp. I was just like, all right, clearly this is, you know, you've taken it to forget 11. Bloody hell, what are you taking it up to? I just didn't find it funny. I thought the CGI was like poor.
Okay.
I thought it just kind of didn't warrant the whole like, hey, we're in a movie and we're like, you know, end of the world type of a movie, but it just didn't have the end of the world stakes.
Okay.
You know, where you believe the characters, and it was just a rip off. It just needed to try a lot harder. And in the end I was just like left a bit like deflated. So like stars, like school stars, I'd probably just give it like, you know, like two
stars.
2 stars.
Gosh.
That's out of 10.
That's detention, like territory.
Like seriously, like you're expelled.
Oh my gosh, expelled.
You go
We've never
home.
had a film expelled before.
Get out of the top
Okay.
10. And what did it land in at?
That'll come up next week.
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, if it's number 1, which I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt. Yeah.
No, it'd probably be about 8 or 9,
Do you reckon?
7 or 8 or 9.
Gosh.
One of those. All right, that's
okay.
it, ladies and gents.
Cool. Film reviews, all good.
Yeah.
Well, half good. Mostly good. Next, we have Hidden Gems. So, yes, the part of the show where we highlight some of the films that you may have missed, some of the films that were not big blockbusters, but were massive, massive films in our hearts and in our minds as well. And the first one we have from 2006
is
Children of Men.
Children of Hombres.
That's the title itself. Is I love films that have those titles that are almost riddles or titles that just make no sense but make sense. You know what I mean?
I know. And I saw this film, right? Number one, partly because it's directed by Alfonso Cuarón.
Oh, he done the space film with Sandra Bullock.
Gravity.
Gravity, yeah.
He directed the third part of Harry Potter, which was, for
Never
me,
seen. Okay.
brilliant.
Is it?
Dark.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Okay.
Really, really good. So when he came, when I heard that he was making this film, I thought, I've got to just watch this. And so Children of Men, it's a dystopian, it's described as a dystopian thriller. And basically there are no children in the movie.
Yeah.
Or there are no...
It's a future that can actually happen.
Yeah.
In some way.
Women are infertile.
Yeah. No more children can be born.
Yeah. No more children can be born.
Yeah. And the future looks you're right, it's quite dystopian. It's not clean and crispy like people think it's going to be, is it?
I saw this movie and I was like, this is dull.
Yeah.
This is grey.
Yeah.
This is London. This is like, you know what? This is what we see, like, you know, when I look out the window, it just was totally that. So you've got this faction, this group, I can't remember exactly what they're called. They're kind of like, they're considered like the terrorists. They want to overthrow the government.
Okay.
And I've seen this in kind of quite a few films. We saw this in V for Vendetta.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yep.
1984. You know, this kind of Big Brother type of a society where everyone's watching you.
Okay.
Controlling what you say, controlling what you do. And people are just trying to survive. So the main, the hero of the film, or the anti-hero, if you want to call it, is...
Steve Owen? No, not Steve Owen. Steve... Is it the main... Clive Owen, sorry.
Clive
Owen, yeah.
Clive Owen.
Is Chiwetel Ejiofor in this film as well? He is, isn't he?
Your twin's in it.
My twin?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Chewy. He looks like you, man. Seriously, he does.
No way.
Seriously.
No
All
way.
I'm waiting for you to do
Let's
is
have a vote.
The staff of...
the staff of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah, Tribunal. When you were doing that, I was honestly... I'm not sure if I filmed it or I remembered it. When you were doing it...
Gosh.
I was like, oh my God, this is Chewy from... Like, you know...
Ejiofor.
All right, so the film is set in 2027. So what's that? That's only 11...
Yeah, it's not too far. I guess when it was made, it was 2006. But still, it's not too far in the future, you know?
Yeah, so the United Kingdom, so this is based in the United Kingdom, one of the very few stable nations in the world. A lot of people go there. A lot of people come to the UK for asylum.
Which is now, isn't it?
Not anymore, but I mean, back then, probably you would come to England, like, you know, for asylum. So it was very current at the time, I think, back in 2006.
Yeah, I think then, probably all close to then, that's when a lot of countries were made into the EU, like Poland and some other countries like that. And that's when we saw a lot of migration coming from Eastern Europe.
Exactly.
At that time, actually. So, yeah.
So because of this, in the movie, the United Kingdom has become this police state. So they want to control who's coming in, who's going out. You can't come in, you can't come out. And if you know, only basically the rich people can come and go as they please. Very poor people. All right, and I think he plays a guy called Theo Farron.
Okay.
He's a former activist, and he's turned like he's a bureaucrat. He works in the office now. He doesn't want to get involved with the whole thing. Keeps his head down. I remember there being like kind of a couple of explosions, and he doesn't want to kind of get involved in all of that. But he was a former activist, and what happens is one day he gets kidnapped.
Oh.
By none other than Julianne Moore.
Yes. Yeah. She's good. Yeah,
she's really good.
Yeah.
So she kidnaps him, and she says to him, "Look, I'm going to offer you some money, but the thing is, right, I need you to get some transit papers because we need to ship someone out. We need to ship someone out, and this person is really, really, really important. And the reason why she is important, it becomes apparent, later on during the film." So then this film becomes this kind of film of survival. They have to, Clive Owen has to get this refugee out of the country. So has to dodge bullets, has to get over, get past the police.
Yeah.
And they're being chased.
Yeah.
There's factions, there's groups, and there's all this sort of stuff. And I remember there's kind of like they filmed it like as if it was like a war, a war going on. There's a scene in there where they had to get through the fighting.
Blockade. There's a scene in it that's filmed in one shot. And it's a scene when they're in a car.
Yeah. And
the camera's like really dynamic. The camera's almost in the car.
Yeah. And
they're being chased by a person on the motorbike. The person on the motorbike tries to throw like a bottle with like a flame on it, like to try and burn them out, kind of thing. Yeah. There's shots getting fired, and it was all shot in one shot.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it was really hard to do in one shot. The technicalities was really difficult.
Yeah.
And there was a few mistakes that happened that are still in the cut.
Oh, really?
So there's like things like debris and stuff like that come out and hit the camera. And it was kept in because it made it look more realistic,
like a documentary type.
Yeah. Because that scene was really cutting edge at the time.
And I remember watching this film, and I was blown away by it.
Yeah.
The look, the feel of it, this kind of like we said about this dystopia, this kind of imagine. Do you remember Aliens and Newt, the little girl? Like ravaged, almost like that, where like no clothes, people are poor, people are kind of like, they don't know what to do, and you got the refugees, you got the asylum seekers, and and in a lot of countries this stuff is going on.
Oh yeah, it's true.
And you have people want to come into kind of England or want to come to the West, but you had this character who wants to take this person outside of it. So it was brilliant. It was fantastic. There's a lot of drama in it. There's an action. That scene that you kind of mentioned heightens the tension.
Yeah.
So now we're thinking, right, okay, we're following this person on this journey, right? Are we going to get to the end of it? Is this person, obviously I'm not going to spoil it for the people who haven't seen it, but please go ahead and watch this movie. It's wicked.
Because the person's pregnant at the time, isn't it? I think she's pregnant, and she's so precious that he's trying to protect her and stuff. Yeah.
Because we learn at the beginning of the movie that humanity has become infertile.
Yeah, which is something that is just a bleak future. And
it's almost biblical. This is the savior. This child being born is the savior. And one thing that I remember is the baby, I think the police, they see her pregnant, and they're like, oh my, even the police stop doing what they're doing.
There's a scene where she walks through and everyone just stops and it's quiet because everyone's shocked to see that she's...
Because they've never seen a pregnant woman before.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That was wicked.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, please go out. This is a hidden gem. Just check it out.
Children of Men.
Yep.
Cool. Next one, hidden gem. Ip Man, or is it how do you pronounce it? Yip Man or Ip Man?
Yeah, Ip Man.
Okay, I used to say IP Man. I didn't know ages. I said IP.
I remember when you said IP Man.
IP Man.
And then when I said to you, "What do you mean?" and you were like, "What?" But it's IP. It's IP.
So this film came out in 2008. So it almost is two categories. Well, it is two categories: Anniversary Corner, and it's a hidden gem. But yeah, it stars Donnie Yen, and it's basically back in I think I want to say 40s. I think it's somewhere around when World War was happening and Japanese were sort of occupying China, and there was all this unrest and beef happening. And Donnie Yen's character is a man who wants to help his people, help his village, and make sure people are not unduly beaten and killed and stuff like that. So he's a bit of a protector in his village. But he's basically, Ip Man is like a martial arts. I said it properly this time. He's like a martial arts like guru, wizard, like sensei. In real life, he actually helped train Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But he's really good with the Tai Chi sort of. I guess he's good with lots of things, but Tai Chi, like with the wooden kind of.
He ain't as good as you though.
No. Obviously, people know that. I ain't got to say that, but he's okay,
But so, I got to say it.
The wooden kind of the wooden man type thing. People go, psh, psh, psh. They hit their elbows on it and stuff, and he's like really quick with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I put Ip Man on here is because it's a really good. I mean, there's Ip Man 1, Ip Man 2, Ip Man 3. Ip Man 3's got Mike Tyson in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, as the Ip Mans go up, I think the quality is obviously
dwindles.
It kind of gets diluted and just more action and stuff.
Yeah.
But Ip Man 1, all I can say is Ip Man 1 for me this day has got one of the best fight scenes that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's Crouching Tiger up there, Matrix is up there.
Yeah.
But I mean, actual quality fight scenes. I mean, there's fight scenes in films that are hidden gems, or like Armor of God,
classic
Jackie Chan, and there's so many. But Ip Man, oh my gosh, there's a scene in a dojo where Ip Man he's unhappy that his people are being held as prisoners. He goes to the dojo, and the dojo is being run by a Japanese sort of general.
Yeah,
and I think someone has been killed or something bad's happened, and he's really angry.
Yeah.
Really angry. He goes into the dojo and he basically challenges all these men.
Right.
And the general says, "Get him," or something, and all these men surround him.
Yeah.
There's about 10 men that surround him.
Yeah.
And this scene goes on for not that long, maybe a minute and 20 seconds.
Right.
But the way he deals with these people,
wicked.
He's doing these punches, and he breaks a couple of their legs or arms, and he just deals with them on a next level. And the whole time, his face, like what I said before about Donnie Yen when we mentioned Iron Monkey, his face doesn't change the whole time. He's so serious and calm.
Yeah.
That's probably when he's at his most deadly.
Yeah, he's most
doesn't
lethal.
make any noise. Doesn't go none of that. His mouth doesn't even open. He's just there fighting, serious. These people get dealt with, and then he finishes them, and then more men come and surround him.
Yeah.
And then the general says stop, and then he gets his little bag. I think he's got his rice in it or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he walks off. It's just a next level of fighting.
Yeah.
Ip Man is a good film.
Yeah.
Politically charged.
It is.
It's got good characters. It's quite, subtle. It's the first one, so the budget isn't that big.
Yeah.
And then the fights in between is really good. So if you're going to watch any Ip Man, watch part 1.
Part 1.
But part 3, if you can get part 3, watch it for the Tyson fight. It is mad funny. Honestly. Tyson and Ip Man fighting, in a warehouse. Mad funny. There's a little girl in there as well that's downstairs, and a balloon, like an Ip balloon. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad.
And what with Ip Man 3, what year is that? Do they say what year it's supposed to be set in?
Oh, it's set back in the day as
Is
well.
this back in the day as well? Yeah.
I don't know what Tyson's even doing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Tyson. Even his tattoos on his face and everything, and there's his voice sounds a bit dubbed. It's weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just sounds weird, but I just had to say it almost reminded me of playing or watching Street Fighter on screen, watching Balrog versus Fei Long or something, So
Balrog.
I'm telling you, man.
That's so true, man.
But yeah, I could definitely give Ip Man like a good 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
If I was to rate it. But yeah, definitely hidden gem, guys. Watch Ip Man.
All right.
The last hidden gem we have is a film called The Jacket.
The Jacket.
The Jacket I've only seen once quite a while ago, and it is a hidden gem because I literally came across it like randomly.
Yeah.
Came out in 2005. It stars Adrian Brody.
Okay, yeah.
Who was in The Piano. He was in Godzilla. Was he in Godzilla?
Yes, you're right. Godzilla in The Predators.
In The Predators as well. He's been in a few films over the years. And it also stars, this came out in 2005, the same year Casino Royale came out, and it also stars Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig. Okay. Also stars Chris Christopherson. He's in it as well. There's a few stars in this film.
From Blade.
Keira Knightley's in it. Yeah, from Blade. Yeah, did I mention Keira Knightley? I think I might have mentioned her. Yeah. She's in it as well. So it stars like an ex-military, I think he was a soldier, who's suffering from post-traumatic PTSD again.
Yeah.
And he's come back from the war, he's a bit displaced and so on, and he meets someone who offers him a ride, I believe, and they're stopped by the police in the car, and the police officer, an altercation happens and the police officer gets killed actually.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he gets done for the crime.
Right.
And he gets put in like a mental asylum because he's not right, basically, something's not right with him. He gets put in a straitjacket, and he gets put in in the morgue when they put you in those, they put you on a slab, or like on a cold slab, and they put you in a sort of fridge type thing. He gets put in there, but the fridge isn't on, but it's like where they store dead bodies. He gets put in there for like punishment kind of thing. While he's in there, he goes into these psychedelic type of trips, and he imagines all these different scenarios, and it's a bit kind of out there.
Right. Okay.
This happens a few times, but at the same time, he's in the mental asylum and he's talking to people, and he's trying to get out. He keeps telling people he didn't do it. He's trying to get out. He then doesn't really understand whether like this life is real or what he's experiencing when he's in those psychedelic moments is real.
Yeah.
They kind of get meshed together. And as a viewer, you kind of think, what's real? Like, did he do it? Did he not do it? What's going to happen? Daniel Craig in it is like you've never seen him before.
Really?
He's a bit, he's definitely...
He's a bit crazy.
He's a bit crazy. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like 12 Monkeys situation.
Okay.
When Brad Pitt's in the mental asylum, or the hospital, I should say. And so it's a bit of a weird one. Chris Christopherson's in there. It's Keira Knightley's like an outsider, I believe, and she's trying to sort of help him out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a really, really weird film.
Okay.
It's a film worth watching because of the characters that are in it.
Yeah.
You would never see them in a role like that today.
Oh, okay.
This is 2005, which is 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So they were in different places in their career. And I do sometimes like to watch films of big stars now when they were there.
To see what they did before.
To see them take roles that they just wouldn't do now.
Yeah.
And to see how their acting developed or not developed, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you do your best work when you're hustling.
Yeah.
So
when you're not famous.
Exactly. So it was a good film, weird film, good film. The ending I remember being kind of weird.
Right. Okay. So what did he do it? Take a moment there.
I'll leave that to people's interpretations if and when they watch it.
Okay.
Because at the moment I can't remember. I don't think he did do it, to be honest.
Right. Okay.
Because I can't see them making him do it and then making us think that he's gone mad when it can't be him. Right. I just can't remember, to be honest. But it's a weird film. It's called The Jacket, 2005. Adrian Brody, Keira Knightley,
brilliant. Daniel
Craig. It's worth a watch. It got 7.1 on IMDb. So it's not the best, but it's not the shittest. There's somewhere in between, but it's more good than bad.
Of course.
So yeah,
that's interesting.
Worth a watch. Yeah.
All right. Brilliant.
Cool. So I think that brings us to the end of the show. It's been quite an involving show.
Quite a long one, actually.
Wow, look, 2. Damn, all the twos today.
I know.
So we're going to end up now with saying a massive thank you to everyone who tuned in, who downloaded the show. Keep following us on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as well. And again, we're going to give away a prize as we do every week. Just make sure you are a subscriber. Make a comment, suggestion, anything you like. And on the end of that suggestion or comment, put on there episode 24 or just E24, EP24. And you will receive your cinema code to watch any film of your choice at Cineworld or View. But only if you're in the UK. So thank you very much again.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And we will see you next time.
See
Peace
you
out.
soon.